Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining. Listen, we're doing this recap of this reunion part three for RHOA, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Thank y'all all for being here. It was boring. I'm glad we're over it. I'm glad it's done. But we're gonna get into this. But before we get into it, I want to say thank Daphne. Thank you so much. Everybody, I launched my membership program. I only have one level. It's $2.99. I'm gonna drop my intro video for it probably this weekend to let you everyone know like what perks you're gonna get as becoming a member. So that's stay tuned for that. But anyway, Daphne, you're my first member. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you for joining. So everybody, join the membership. $2.99 a month. Lot of perks coming up. But that I'll drop that video this weekend to let you know all the perks that you will get by joining and becoming a member. And let me tell you, I hope y'all all had a good weekend. I had a really good weekend. I had to take my son to a concert in Atlantic City this weekend, so I made a whole day out of it. I went to see the movie The Woman King. And let me tell you, do you? Thank you, Daphne. Love you back. So, listen, guys, did y'all go see that movie? Excellent movie. I was crying, okay, crying in the movie theater. But I get like that. I get like that in movies. Do y'all get like that sometimes? Viola Davis, I absolutely love her. She's an amazing actress. The movie was really good. I don't know why so many people were just not they just didn't like the movie. They talked so bad about the movie. But I'm telling you, it's worth every dime. And when I went to see the movie, they showed the previews for Wakanda Forever, and oh my God, tears was rolling down my eyes. I'm gonna miss what is his name? Chadwick Boseman. I'm really gonna miss him being in it. But I'm definitely gonna go see it. But The Woman King, guys, an excellent movie. Luciana, thank you for becoming a member. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys. A lot of great stuff is going to come with the memberships. Fifi, I see you. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I truly appreciate you. And I appreciate that y'all hanging in there with me. Thank you so much. So let me bring up Sebastian's in the building. Naughty Love, what's up, girlfriend?
Hey, Diva.
Hey, listen,
Hey
guys.
guys.
Hopefully, I
Huh?
can't wait to see the movie. I have too much stuff going on, but I'm glad you said it was good, so I'm gonna go see it.
Oh my God, it was such an amazing movie, amazing experience. And the little town I was in, I was with my sister, and we was like, oh my God, look at this little theater. But it was the cutest little theater. It was like this vintage theater. It was so cute, very quaint. I mean, it was amazing. I really had a good time, and the movie was just excellent. Yeah, definitely have to go see it.
I'm going to see
So yes. And listen, this 2 weeks from now, I'm actually in a wedding. And I promise you guys, I told my sister, I told my whole family, unless my one sister gets married, then that's going to be a little different. But I promise you, this is the last time I'm being a bridesmaid. I'm done. I'm done. It's a lot of work. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And I just ordered my shoes. I still did not go take my dress to get it fixed. Because it goes by like the time just goes by so much. And us, the bridesmaids, us doing the bridal shower. It's just a lot of work. But I love the bride. But that's it. I'm done. I did. This is she my last one. That's it. Okay, but let's get into this RHOA. Let's get into why y'all are here. Okay, this reunion part three. Let me tell you something. It was boring, and I promise you, I did not join Twitter, but I'm going to join this weekend because I got a tweet at Andy. I'm done. He owes me some money. He owes me some money because you done made us spend 3 hours on this reunion, and I promise you, at best, it could have been just one, maybe two. But they dragged it out to three for no reason whatsoever because they didn't even have anything to talk about.
Nope.
They had
Diva, and I only watched the last one for you. I was like, I'm gonna join the channel this week because I told you I was done, and I wish I never watched it.
Child, I'm telling you, listen, you said I love weddings, but I can't stand being in them. Girl, It's because you know what? It's so much work. It's a lot of work. Monique King, I really appreciate you. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. So, Aldi, I was going to ask you. You was going to ask. Oh my God! When I get pictures back from the photographer from the bridal shower, I will share some of them on my community page. I mean, it's just it's a lot. It's a lot. You really, when you're going to be in somebody's wedding, you really got to love them because it is a lot of work. So listen, they start out this reunion with Anthony. You know, Anthony was the biggest joke, okay? He was the worst, you know, addition to any reality show that I can think of. He was a joke. He was playing all sides. He was playing both sides of the fence, okay? He was doing whatever he needed to do or he thought he needed to do for Shereé. He was doing whatever he thought he needed to do for Drew. And that's why Andy hung up on him because he wanted to tell the inside secrets, talking about Drew needed a storyline. And, you know, that's why he was doing what he did. Boy, go sit down somewhere. We're not feeling you. We don't like you. You did the most. And if you want to come up there to do something, you most definitely need to pick a side. You can't be flip-flopping on the fence. And so he was just a waste of our time. Okay. So Drew and Shereé, Shereé was arguing over the birthday bill. Now, let me tell you something. Shereé told Drew to hold her breath. In other words, what everybody says about Shereé, that Shereé don't pay, Shereé don't pay. And she had no intention of giving Drew any parts of that money back for the birthday party. And that's ridiculous because it was a house birthday party and she could have gave her a little something. But I don't know if you're caught when they threw in there that Drew and Ralph didn't pay the chef. I don't know if y'all saw that, you caught that part, right? So I'll let you jump in, Naughty Love. What did you think about this whole Anthony situation?
I thought it was very cloud chasey, and I thought he was trying to get on and get some attention so he could troll for a little bit off the backs of the housewives. And that's all I have to say about that, D, because like he wasn't even relevant. I don't even know why they called him.
Exactly, right? Why did they even make a phone call to him? Because I believe he said everything he needed to say for Drew, but he did the same thing for Shereé. He just wanted to, he didn't care how he was flip-floppy. But Drew, I was wondering the whole time, every time I watched the show, Drew had a chef at her house. And I was thinking to myself, does Drew and Ralph really have that type of money that a chef got to be there all the time? So for me to hear that they didn't pay the chef, I'm not really that shocked. But Sebastian, what do you think?
Shereé, we all know she don't pay. That is true.
Broke.
Shereé does not pay. She never pays. She claims that if the service was good, she would pay. Shereé just don't have money to pay. That's why it took her house a good 4 or 5 years to be built.
Come on, Sebastian. See, we on the same page tonight.
And
Come on, Sebastian.
Her white label branding line to be built after 14 years, because that's what it is. That is not fashion. That is merchandise. Initially, we all saw She by Shereé were dresses. We cannot lie. We saw it season 1. There were dresses. All of a sudden, they're joggers and everything. Shereé, and I'm tired. And Shereé's a grown woman, and she's fighting with Drew over these stupid issues. Like, come on now.
It's like it was petty.
Like Shereé's daughter.
They bounced off of each other for a storyline.
Drew could be. You're absolutely right, Ms. Robin. Yes, I did. I talked about going to Sherry Shepherd's show. It was an amazing experience, and I told everybody, give Sherry Shepherd a chance. Listen, it is what it is. She's a sister. She got a show. Give her a chance. Give what is her name? Jennifer Hudson a chance. And I watched both of them today. Like I said, it's not moving me. It's definitely not giving me any spunk or anything like that. If I miss it, I miss it. Now, I will say this. When it came to the Wendy Williams show, I was like, oh my God, it's 10 o'clock. I mean, you know, because it came up for me like 10 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, oh my God, it's 10 o'clock. I had to hurry up and turn to Channel 5. Am I doing that for Sherry Shepherd? No. Am I doing that for Jennifer Hudson at 11 a.m.? No, but I am watching. I'm trying to support, and I'm hoping they both grow into their show. But I will say this: the Sherry Shepherd show in person was an amazing experience, and I'm hoping that that comes across on the TV for her soon. But to get back to this, yes, what did Gigi say? You said Drew said Anthony asked her neighbor to represent him, and he told the neighbor he's about to be a big reality star. That boy needs a reality check. Yeah, Anthony, he flopped. He flopped. He fumbled the bag. Okay. I like Karamo, but what channel does he come on? I don't know. Is he on, or is he on one of those Hulus or something like that? Because if he's on a Hulu or something like that, I'm not buying another subscription. Um, I pay out too much money a month in subscriptions and all that other nonsense. But let me tell you what I like about Karamo's story. I like his real life story because he did not find out that he had a biological son until the boy was 10. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and he did not act crazy. He took care of his son. And not only that, the mother of his son had another child. And at the time, she just couldn't afford to take care of that child, and he took that child in too and raised him as his own. So I will support the show, but you got to tell me what channel it comes on. Somebody
I
said
like
the
his story,
CW.
Diva. I like his
Yeah,
story. And he was open about him being homosexual and everything.
yeah,
He didn't try to hide it. He
yeah.
he walked in his truth. And I heard his story. It was on a reality TV show back in the day. And he told the story about his son. Like, I honor his story because he walked in his truth. And at
I,
one
I,
point
I
in time, he was struggling.
absolutely love him. The CW, is the CW, maybe it's channel 11 for me.
Hits.
Somebody tell me what time it comes on. I will support. I will check
Hits.
him out because I really do love his story. And
Mhm.
not only that, he was on the Tamron Hall show. And I was actually at the show when he was on Tamron Hall, and he brought his son out there because they wrote a children's book together. He's a good guy. I love him. I will support the show. Yes, love him. Diva, you don't need a subscription. All you need is friends. Pass.
Get him now. Get him now.
Well, okay,
That's
so
the new
now,
bootlegging. Let me get
so
your
yes, yes.
password.
So now, okay, truth be told, now don't nobody go tell Netflix on me. I have a password for Netflix. My very good friend. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't be getting me in trouble on in these YouTube streets, Mel. But yes, you are right. Oh, so it's on channel 11 at 1 p.m.
Okay. I'm
Okay,
gonna
Mel
check it
Bridge,
out.
I will check it out tomorrow. I will definitely check it out because I love him. I love the person who he is. It takes a really big person to find out that you have a child at 10. You don't ask no questions. You don't go crazy. You raise that kid from 10 on, and then you help that mother raise her other kid too. He's a stand-up guy. I love him. So I will definitely check it out. I will definitely oh, hold on. I'm Tori. I was trying to add you to the screen. I will definitely check it out tomorrow. So yes. Okay, so Tori, you're in the building. So let's continue with this reunion, okay? So yes, Drew and Shereé was arguing over the birthday party bill, but Drew should have known from her track record that Shereé doesn't pay, and so she should have been prepared to just pay for that whole party herself. Or she should have told Shereé as she was buying stuff, she should have sent a cash app request. Give me $50, give me $75. Not that Shereé would have paid, but hey, do it. And Shereé keeps talking about she got a family to raise.
Her kids been
Shereé,
grown, Diva. Her
come,
kids been grown
come
like 10 years
on,
ago.
come on now. The son is what,
Shereé is
in
a
his
liar.
20s? Yeah, she's messy, right? The son is in the 20s and the daughter's in her 30s. Like Shereé, stop already with the whole family thing. So, Toria, before I move on Sebastian, anything you want to add before I talk about the rest of these scenes?
Um. Also, actually, no. Move on to the next scene because
So
there's some
Shereé,
good stuff that
Shereé is
come
this
later
a
on.
liar, broke, and boring. We're over her.
Yeah, yeah,
They need to
and
skip
she
a
by
season with
Shereé.
her.
Yeah, She by Sheree was a cute fashion show, but the fashions disappointed us now that we know that they're not original fashions. Y'all know Drew Elevator doesn't go all the way to the top floor.
It
Yeah,
goes.
Drew, Yeah, it Drew elevator is kind of stuck. It's stuck somewhere in the middle, and then sometimes it fall flat again. Actually, her and Shereé working on the similar levels. It's just levels, different levels of the similar that they're working on, but they are almost one and the same. Now, I will say this: everybody agreed that Fatum was going to, she went too far with Drew. So I'll give everybody that they all agreed that Fatum went too far. She shouldn't have been digging up in their business like that. So I did appreciate how they all agreed to that. And oh, and everybody was upset too that they was felt for Drew because she hurt herself in Jamaica. So they did have some moments where they all had like a kumbaya moment where they all kind of was in agreement that certain things were wrong. Now, listen, the men into the building, okay? So the men into the building.
The
Here's
most
what I like.
exciting part.
The most exciting part, right? Here's what I will say. I like the way the men was able to push aside what was going on with their wives and they can still be friends, right? I
Yeah.
like the way they joked in the green room where
Yes.
Tom was like,
Yes.
listen, Ralph,
They
you
were
ready
so
to be the
sarcastic.
gaslighter? And Todd said, listen, I haven't made any money since I started this thing. And yeah, he said apparently, he said, I've been just totally broke. So I thought it was really cute the way the men are bonding. And they said after the show, they hung out in Atlanta and they hung out in New York. So I really did like, their bonding moment. And I'm liking the way now that Bravo are is like bringing in the men more, right? Because it gives us a little, not the same. It's kind of like breaking stuff up. So I like the way they show the men. And so Andy jokes about with Ralph about getting a massage. Okay. What else happened with the men?
The beard.
Oh,
Todd's
Ty
beard was a hit.
Oh, Ty's beard, Ty's beard. And listen, I know a lot of people hate on him and Candy's relationship, but I truly do feel like they are so cute together and they have such a good relationship. I really do like, Candy and Todd together. Now, some of his jokes to me fell flat. When it came to Marlo, it wasn't giving me life, but he tried. He tried it. You said Todd understood the assignment, okay? So, so I think it's cute that Ross and Sonya are on the same page and with the parenting. And I kind of got what he said, right? So he's like, I'm allowing, our son to be, Sonya's baby and I'll be his dad. So he's understanding like, both can happen. And it's true, right? Both can happen. You said Todd, somebody said Todd is an OG. And then Andy talked to Ross about the whole blow up he had. And I will say this. I like the way all of them handled that conversation. Kenya took responsibility for her role in it. And she said, listen, I didn't think he was going to beat us up. So, I like that moment. I
Finally.
thought it was a really good moment. So I'll stop there for a minute. I felt like him and Kenya kind of made up. And I felt like with Ralph and what was it, Shereé, I think that they was just not going to make up because it's like every time, well, I can't say every time. A lot of times when people want to just be messy with men, sometimes the first thing they want to come out and say, oh, the man is gay. And I think Ralph was just trying to say to her, why would you carry that bone? Why would you carry that story? Why would you do that to me? And you know that Anthony is messy. So I kind of stopped there and I let y'all jump
I
in.
mean, Diva, for
Okay.
me, one thing I like about Todd and Kandi, I could say, Kandi shows not only the good side of her business, she shows when she fails too. And it makes me
Yeah.
respect her more every single time. And it's just like their relationship. They don't show us everything, but they show us when they have struggles. And it just makes them more real. Like everyone always says, like, Candy's boring. I love Kandi. I love what she brings to the table. I love what she does for the community. And I love how she presents her story to the world. She's always been very classy. I mean, through the years, she had to build up that voice for herself. But I like where they are as a couple. And that's what I have to add to the conversation because that was my favorite part. Todd and Kandi bantering, and then Todd cracking his little corny jokes and being sarcastic. Take it on home. The vets took it home this year. They needed it. This was the
They
best
they
part of the show.
they did. And listen, and Todd fixed up that condo. Todd fixed up that condo. It's
Yes.
looking cute. So Toria, you're in the building. What do you want to add?
Okay. The the men was the only bright spot of the reunion. To me, the whole reunion was nothing but a I'm sorry fest. Everybody want to say I'm sorry.
Right.
Um, Shereé and her smart mouth going to say, but I don't know that you're not gay. I didn't like that remark she said to Ralph because she was like, how do I know? He said, you know I'm not gay. And she was like, how do I know? She didn't have to say that.
No. How do we know
She
you with
just did it.
Martell?
She just did it for a moment. And Bravo has to get better because I feel like we were cheated the whole season. And then the reunion, we had 3 hours for what? This was another one that I kept falling asleep and had to wake up and rewind. But
And can
that's
I
about all I
mention,
want to
guys?
say,
Can I
Diva.
mention, ladies?
Listen.
Can I
I'm
mention
I'm
Ralph
going
and
through
Drew had
something
media
right
training?
now.
Wait,
My sister is in hospice, so I just came home to cook for her husband and my husband, and I'm going back over there because we're down to like any day now. So I just wanted to give my opinion, but I'll
I
see
appreciate
you
you.
next time, okay?
all
Hang
right,
in
Tori.
there.
Listen, Toria, I'll be praying for
I'll,
you. I'll be praying for you.
I'll be praying
Yeah.
for
And
you
thanks
too,
for stopping
Gloria.
by, babe.
I'm so
Thank you.
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. All
I
right.
just want to say, Diva, can I make this point? Drew
Yeah.
and Ralph had media training for this one. They was on point with every question. Did you notice that?
They was on point. And you know what? Let me add this too. Drew did look good. She dropped it. She dropped it. I don't know if she dropped it with Drew, but she dropped it.
She dropped it with
Drew
a lax band or
body
something.
was slamming. When she stood up, I said, come through, Drew. Yes, she did. Her
I
body
get
was
it.
slamming. Yeah, her body definitely was slamming. So and you know what? I didn't think about it until you said it, but you are correct. They did have some training. And I appreciate it because, like I said, Drew, sometimes when she speaks, she don't make sense either. Hey, Corey, thanks for stopping by.
Hey,
So yeah, it
Corey.
was just yeah, she's messy. But Sebastian, what do you want to add?
As Nani said, Drew and Ralph, I actually think that they rehearsed for this, and which is fine, which is good. I actually commend them for that. You need to be rehearsing with this because ever since last season, oh, Drew has gone through a lot with these women. Do I think Ralph is gay? No. And Shereé, I'm tired. It's always Atlanta that wants to do this and call people gay as an insult. This is the
Mm.
problem. They like doing this, calling the men gay
I
as
don't
an
like it.
insult many times. It has happened with Croy. It has happened with who else has it happened with? Oh,
Oh, they did it with Croy.
yeah. Remember they said that he does her makeup, he does her hair, and
Oh,
they said,
you are
"Oh, I don't want a
right.
man." This was Kenya, even though I love her. She said it.
Right.
Um, it has happened with what's his name? The one Kim Fields' husband.
They sure did. You are correct. You are
Yes, they
reminding me.
did,
But
Yes,
Sebastian.
they
listen,
They
I'm
did.
did.
sorry.
Oh,
I'm
wait.
sorry.
Somebody said they did it with Peter too.
Yes, they did with
What?
Peter.
Yes.
Oh, see,
Um,
that's messy,
and
right?
Cordell.
I just don't like when
They
people attack sexuality because that's
right,
nobody's business. People have the right to be with whoever they want to be with.
right,
So what if he was? You know what I mean? It's not your place to out them.
right. You
And
are right. You know what? I forgot.
it's
You
always
are
Atlanta
so
doing this.
right.
And I remember Nene Leakes disrespected Kenya's friend Brandon and called them
Mhm.
queen.
She
And that's
did.
her best friends, the queens. That's her
Yep,
best friends, her
yep.
biggest promoters.
Because remember, she said that year, she said to Andy, what do you want me to do? That's when Greg was still alive. She said, what do you want me to do? Do a whole parade? You want me to do a parade? Yeah, she was. They were messy with that. You're right. I didn't realize that they did it as much, but now that you pointed out, you are so correct. And I think it's wrong, and I think it's messy. And you're right, Sebastian. She didn't have to say, I don't believe it, but I don't know for a fact. Come on, Shereé. Well, we don't know for a fact that you don't pay your bills, but every time we turn around, somebody's saying she don't pay. Okay,
And
she
she
by
must be
Shereé don't
even.
pay.
She must be going. Shereé must be going to see her life coach like every other day because she got this new blind confidence about her, and it's just like,
She
why?
does.
Why are you
Well, I
so
also want to say
confident?
one thing else.
Because
Yes.
Black women, especially black women. Oh, I'm gonna get dragged in the comments.
Well,
Black
you
women are
got me.
the
come
You
on,
got me
reason.
sitting
Sebastian,
up
you know we
already. I'm like,
hating.
huh? What?
Black women are the reason there are a bunch of DL men on the streets.
What?
Oh, see,
What
Sebastian,
did you
we
just?
ain't even
Yes,
Sebastian.
I'm gonna
Now
say it.
No,
One thing is,
you
I'm not
smoking,
accepting
no,
that,
Sebastian.
I'm gonna say it.
Sebastian.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Reason why. Calm down. Calm down. Y'all are getting a little too. Y'all are getting a
Come
little
on,
too.
Black Panthers, watch yourself, Sebastian, because you talking nonsense.
Let
Look,
me say why. The main
Yeah.
reason is you guys do not. A lot of black women don't accept the fact that maybe their man could be bisexual. Maybe their man, and what they like to resort to is to start calling them gay, start a hate campaign, start all this. I will say it again: black women are the cause of black men being DL on the street. I'm gonna say it. I agree with
no,
you.
no. Black men are
No.
the reason why they're DL because you could just be honest in the forefront and say what you need and what you love and what you're
But
attracted to. You're
the
not gonna
reason,
put that off on a
Yeah,
black
that's not a
woman.
black woman
Be
thing. That's a
honest.
society.
I'm
That's
sorry,
the reason
society.
Sebastian.
why.
I respectfully
See, look, someone
disagree.
said
You
I'm
are
right. The
misguided
reason
in your
why
opinion tonight with that right there. You cannot put that on black
I'm gonna
women.
say
No.
How
why
about
is
black
because
men need to be more honest with their
the issue
women
is they're
about
having
what their
issues being
needs
honest.
are?
They're having issues being honest because of the way that black women like to disrespect LGBTQ people,
You know
and it
what?
is
If I'm
true.
Oh,
confused about my
wait.
sexuality,
Hold
I'ma
on,
stay
Nadi.
single
Wait, hold
until
on,
I
Nadi.
figure it
Hold on,
out.
Nadi. Hold on, Nadi. Loren, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, but that part right there, girlfriend. First of all, Sebastian, what are you talking about?
I'm sorry. This is
What did you drink before you came on this live? What are you talking about,
I
Sebastian?
drank truth
First
serum.
of
That's
all,
what I
no,
drank.
first, that
Where
is
is
correct. That
Harry's
is
button?
incorrect. Thank you so much. So, Sebastian, come on now, Sebastian, let's stop. Sebastian, stop. Like, you got me all worked up right now. Okay, I didn't even get through like 5 scenes
Cool
yet.
down, diva.
Okay,
Cool. Come
all
on,
right.
woosah, diva.
We'll stop.
Woosah.
We'll stop. First of all, Sebastian, you know what? Is if somebody's not going to love somebody, they're not going to love somebody, but it's not no one whole group in particular that just doesn't love somebody or some people. I think what people have the problem with, if you come to me as a heterosexual and you know that you're not, that's
Mm-hmm.
where the problem comes in. That's where the
The
emotions come from.
lie.
But
That's
The
where the
lie.
sexuality
lies
can
come
be
from.
changed.
Hold on, Sebastian.
Agreed.
Let me finish. Just like right now, we're going to talk about this a little bit later at the tail end if we have time. Just like right now, that whole situation with Nia Long and this email Udoka, right? Or Udoki, however you say his name. The problem is, if he wanted to do what he wanted to do, why did you move me out to Boston? Why did you tell me the truth? And that girl that helped him move, that was
Was
sleeping with him, is a whole nother different kind of
The
special.
string
It's one thing
along.
to be sleeping with somebody's man, and it's a whole nother thing where you're gonna be in that woman's face, knowing what you're doing and helping them move. So no, the blame doesn't go on a different individual. If I'm crazy, if I'm a liar, if I'm a cheater on my man, then it has nothing to do with the other person. It has everything to do with me. I shouldn't be in the streets lying, cheating, scheming, and stealing and carrying on. I should tell this person, like, listen, I'm done and I want to move on. Miss True Kelly, you in the building. Sebastian got me hyped. What do you want to
Hey.
add to this
Can I
conversation?
please help? Can I please respond?
Yeah. God.
Okay, 1 second, Sebastian. Let me let Miss True Kelly talk.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, so I missed what Sebastian said. I was trying to get into StreamYard, but it sounds like he's on one tonight. But
Yes.
what I will say is that these women, they weaponize, like, say that these husbands are gay because they
Right.
know they'll get a rise of the Black community. They know that people will be on the defense, and I'm just sick of it. I'm also sick of them using these gay men as accessories and as tools to
Amen.
start mess and drama on the show. Like, stop it, right? We don't need to do
Right.
that anymore. I think that was like saying he was gay was like an easy thing to just to throw out there. But there are other
Right.
things to say about Drew's husband. Like, for example, what happened in Tampa? Are we going to talk about that? Why hasn't Drew read the book yet? Are we going to talk about that? Why does he treat his Drew's son differently than the other kids? If he put
Come
this
on, speak
stepdad,
on it.
there's so many things we could say about Drew that doesn't have nothing to do with his sexuality. He's very problematic as a whole, and every
Right.
woman could really talk about that with him, right? But we're gonna talk about Kandi, take care of Todd and all that stuff. I don't see Todd disrespecting Kandi.
Amen.
Honor his queen every step of the
Diva,
way.
stop. You know it's true.
The only one
No,
that's
I love. No, it's true,
Well,
Kelly. You were speaking to my
it's
heart
true.
until you said Candy was taking care of Tom. But
No,
go
that's-
ahead.
no,
Go
that's what-
ahead.
right? That's what everyone talks about. That's Todd's flaw, that he doesn't have any money, right? So Candy's
Right.
saying, but
Right.
he does not disrespect Kandi. He holds her in the highest regard. You can see that they're partners, even if you say there's no like sexual chemistry or no chemistry between them. They still respect each other. You could tell that Ralph does not respect Drew. You know what I'm saying? So there's other
Thank you,
things
Lakeisha.
about him besides he being gay. Like, I just hate when they throw that around and try to weaponize it against these men and the wives in this relationship. So that's my point.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yes, I do too. Mel, give me a minute. I'm gonna let you talk, Lakeisha, because she's connecting with Sebastian. She said, Diva, you're wrong. I agree with Sebastian. In our culture, it's hard to come out. Some people live false lives because they're scared.
Amen.
Listen, you know what, Lakeisha? Here's the thing I don't disagree with. I agree it's scary, right? But I will also say this. I think now is a better time for people than it was
It's
in
a
the
different
past.
I
society.
Like
agree. Yes,
a
100%.
long
ever
time
before.
ago, a lot of these men stayed on the DL because it was much more, it wasn't as acceptable as it is now. I don't think it's ever going to be easy 100%, but I do think now it's a little bit easier because there are a lot of even just general rules being changed to embrace the community in terms of the pronouns. Listen, I wasn't a student in English, but I'm hoping I'm saying this right, with the he, the them, the us, and all of that. They are actually trying to change bathrooms in these public schools now. So there are a lot of support out there for people to embrace being who they are. And so for you now at this point to still hide, it is a conscious high level decision, and you do not have to do that. And here's the thing, even before it was all of this support, you still didn't have to engage with a person that you didn't want to engage with. Like if you was a man that wanted a man, don't get married, have kids, and then at the end of the night you sneaking
on,
out to
Diva.
be
Come on,
who
Diva.
you
Come
really
on,
want
Diva.
to
It's
be
the
with.
deception of it
You
all.
could have just kept doing whatever it is you want to do with whom you wanted to do it with and
Just be
not
single.
involve another individual.
Exactly.
I think
So,
you said it, yeah.
Lakeisha, I love you. Thanks for being here. And it's okay that you connect with Sebastian because,
We
you know,
got
I love
Lorraine
different
too.
opinions.
Me
I love
too.
different opinions, but we got to put what we got to put out there and lay down some facts. Give me a minute, Sebastian. Mel, you're in the building. What do you want to add to the conversation?
Yeah.
Hey everybody, you know what? I
Hey,
done took
Mel.
you know what? I done took the bait. I done took the bait because Sebastian, I was going to be in the chat having a good time, but he said what he said, so I ended up hitting the link because you know what? The simple fact is, Sebastian, no, he's a smart man. He knows better than to say something like that. Now, the simple fact is, no black woman is responsible for a black man's cowardice. She's not responsible for that. So I think
Come
that's
on,
the
brother.
simple fact is, if you have a struggle or a problem in your life, honey, that's your problem. That's not the black woman's
Exactly.
problem.
Exactly.
So if now the woman is homophobic or some other issues, now we're going to go there. That's a whole other issue. But you have your own life to live. The woman is not responsible for that. She got enough on her plate. Trust me. So we don't need to put on the black woman again that she's now responsible for keeping some people in the closet. She had a lot of issues already in her own life that the black man should take some
Oh my
responsibility for. To
God,
be
Mel.
honest about
Thank you
that.
so
I'm
much.
getting back to
So when it comes to that, that's what I feel about that. But I think that when it comes to Shereé, Shereé, that was a weak read. You were
Yeah.
messy, and I think that Drew husband had the right to sort of, say, listen, that we on the same show, we don't need to. Nobody on this cast is down low on this cast, and we'd be shady. Nobody in that cast is down low. Let's just put it out there.
Amen.
Nobody is.
Hmm.
So
That's
Shereé
Right.
was messy and weak in that moment, and she was late and tired.
Mhm.
Oh,
All
Mel,
of
thank you
the
so
above. Come on,
much.
come on, come on, Mel, preach. So, Royan, what do you want to add to the conversation? And then I'm gonna come to you. Hey, Canelo.
Hey,
Hey
boo.
everybody.
What's going on?
I just think it was real lame of Shereé to like try to. I just feel like she didn't have nothing else to give. Like I feel like she's just been I feel Drew has been reaching for Shereé, and Shereé has been reaching for Drew just all season. It's just been this little back and forth banter over nothing, just little stupid stuff. But I just feel like Shereé went under the belt. I think Sebastian said it already. This has been done multiple times. They did the same thing with Cordell. They did it with
Hmm.
Kim Fields'
Boy,
husband,
Kim
Chris.
Fields' husband, exactly.
Chris.
And they did it with what's the girl
Portia's
Nicole I got into it with on Married to Medicine?
Nicole.
Lisa
Oh,
Hmm.
Oh,
Lisa
that's
Oh
Nicole.
yeah,
right.
But
That's
see,
right.
now
too.
that was. I mean, I want to say there was some facts, but he didn't
I
make
mean, but
himself.
still, I
No, he
just
didn't
feel
do
like
himself
for
no justice. Dr.
I just
Darren
I,
did
feel like
not do himself no justice. I mean,
it's not anybody else's business. Stay out of
I'm
other
just
it
really
people's
ain't.
bored
It's
business.
of
really not.
people
It's
trying to
really
bring
not.
a gay storyline. Like, unless you have facts or proof, why are we
Right.
talking about this stuff?
Right.
Like, I don't feel
Right.
like people's sexuality has to be at question for us to enjoy a show.
And look at
Right.
it was
Right.
nothing.
and look at Candy. She's a powerful, beautiful woman, and she said she practiced bisexuality. So the simple fact is, are we saying that a woman could be bisexual and a man can? Now again, nobody on the cast is. We're not saying no, the man in the cast is down low, gay, or bisexual. But I'm
Right.
saying that Shereé,
Amen.
you have to put your thinking cap on. Maybe that's why your stuff was lost in Alaska so long because you're not that smart. But the simple fact is, you don't need to be going around saying that if a man is having, supposed ideas about being with another man, that's such a detriment or as a read. It was a weak read, and you know what? You're a weak lady. You need to come back,
Hmm.
try better, and stop the mess. I mean, because episode like 2008, what she did on that reunion was terrible.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It
she
was,
was
Mel,
it
can
was,
I
it
somewhere
was,
add?
it was
behind bars, Miss
dreadful.
Shereé, when he
Can
was in
I add?
jail.
She
Since we
she
want to
Yeah.
talk
definitely
about
showing
this.
her weakness by choosing Martell, trying to choose Martell as a
Now,
partner.
no,
This
wait,
is
no,
Amen.
disrespectful.
now,
Talk
It
now,
was
about
like
it.
Amen.
a
listen,
desperate
now,
grab for a storyline.
right now,
I
if
don't care
Amen.
anybody,
what show I get on,
now, you know what,
but I'm gonna
Naughty,
get on whatever because
Amen.
I
you
need to
know,
check to
now
keep
look
up
at
the
this,
persona. I think
now,
Shereé is
now,
washed up and
now,
broke.
Naughty, now she shouldn't. We remember that thing. Don't throw rocks in the glass house. Now she with Martell. That's all I'll say about that.
I'm just saying. I mean, raise your standards. Learn your
Mm.
values, sis.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Canelo, you're in the building. What do you want to add to the
Camila
conversation?
gonna drag
Okay,
me.
I'm not gonna last too long. You can see how I'm looking right about now. I'm about to fall out the chair, my back killing me, my arms that fell off my body.
Come on, Canelo.
I'm just tired today, but I told you I'm gonna come and support my baby, so I'm here. But what I'm gonna put, what I'm gonna put here, the reunion was lackluster. I still enjoyed it, regardless of the fact.
Mhm.
What I am gonna say is, that whole thing with Shereé and Ralph. I would say Rob, but Ralph was unnecessary, unwarranted. We knew it was rumors, but he dispelled the rumors. Why keep going with it? It makes no sense. Now, keep the fight with Drew. You and Drew are going at it. Don't bring her husband into it. Let them, you fight with her. With Sonya, I mean, what it is to say. Kandi, y'all know I love my Kandi, but she didn't do much either, but I still love her. Marlo, I don't even know how far you got into it, Diva, because my pills are working, so
But you know what? Let me say this real quick. See, a lot of the women that are up there saying stuff about someone else's husband, they don't have a husband. And so it's
There you go.
easy for you to run your mouth
Mm-hmm.
about my husband and you sitting over there solo, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So Kenya, I like the way she did apologize to Ross, okay?
right.
Shereé, you could have just apologized to Ralph and said, you know what? I got carried away. Anthony was being messy, and I got caught up in the messiness, right? So, but and just like all of them, y'all want to keep tearing down Kandi and Todd's relationship, but they married and
They
things
both
is
solid.
going well for them.
And
And things is going well for them. So that's why I really don't like it. Get a husband and let's see how that goes down. And Kenya, of all people, you should know. Listen, you picked the doozy, but listen, we gotta the bed we make, we gotta lay in it, right? So
Mhm.
you picked the doozy, but you of all people know that being married ain't no little walk in the park,
It
because
is
you see
not.
what you're going
It's
through
not.
with your
Mhm.
man right there, okay? Because he's messy, boots. And after all of this time, you still can't get him to sign the papers and say that this marriage is over. They're going to be in divorce court longer than they was married, okay? What's the name? Little Brooklyn gonna be 10, and she's still gonna be waiting
Still
to
be
sign the
married.
papers.
They
Just
can't
like
do
them
it.
confessionals.
I just feel like,
Okay?
except for Kandi and Todd, I just feel like desperate screams across that whole platform of women. Like, outside of the women that are married, solid, desperate. Like, I feel like Drew is desperate for attention from her husband. I think she's screaming for attention from her
She
husband.
is.
I
She
feel like he
is.
gaslights her
He
constantly. I
does.
feel like Marlo is desperately lonely and she desires to have that connection, but she's so self-absorbed that she can't even get out of her own way. I just see desperate across that whole theme, and I wish Kandi would leave that whole platform. She doesn't even need it.
Well,
Well, you
I'm
know
gonna
what
say,
though? Let me tell you this. Nothing's wrong with getting $1 million+
I
check,
know, I
okay?
get
There
it.
we
I
go.
get it.
but
For 13 episodes or whatever it is. Go ahead, Canelo.
I'm gonna tell you why she won't leave, because she's making Bravo money. The
Yes.
reason why she may not get in the drama. We could say she boring all day long.
I don't
She
think
making
Candy's
them
boring.
money. The more restaurants she opens every season, she got a business. Bravo gets a percentage of that as she opens them. She can basically, her and Garcelle are on the same level when it comes to that. Garcelle not so much as Kandi, because Kandi been on longer than Garcelle. So Candy's gonna be there until the wheels fall off. The only way she's gonna go is Bravo decides to get rid of her. That's the only
I
way.
think Candy gonna
So
leave Bravo.
Or
She's
if
she's
too
not.
Phaedra
branching
come
off
back.
in other businesses.
Now that too, that too, now that too, bro. You ain't no bitch, but
Candy
you
is
know
the
you
most
busy.
successful one out of
If
that
Phaedra
franchise.
walks through that door,
That too.
definitely Candy will be
But
walking
see,
out. Go
the
ahead.
thing is, Bravo knows if Phaedra was to come back, Candy will walk. Who y'all think they're gonna bring back? Y'all think they're gonna let Phaedra just walk through the door and they money bag walk out the door? Y'all think that's gonna happen? No. Candy got it solidified. Even though I told y'all Phaedra messed it up for herself to come back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. She messed it up. Now, when she said that at Andy's baby shower, that was a wrap. That was it. She was not allowed to come back. They made up, but she's not allowed to come back to that show. So Candy's she's safe. She ain't going nowhere. So
But
that's
I
all I'm
really
saying.
feel like it's only but so much she gonna let them keep coming for her marriage, her family, and stuff like that. And after a while, she gonna be like, I don't need this.
Well,
She
I
does
mean,
though.
she
Like, what's the
don't need it,
leverage?
but now you got to remember, as long as the wheels are turning, if the wheels ain't broken, she ain't gonna fall off of it. That's what I'm just saying. Because the more business she opens, the more money Bravo gets. So
Like
that's
Candy
telling you
told
right
us a
there.
couple years back, where else can I go and sit down, eat for free, and be with a bunch of hoes that
And
I
take a
don't want
free
to be around?
vacation
And period.
whenever
The
you want.
shy. Okay. She
You
can
know
go
what?
to the
I'm not
shy.
doing this with you. I'm not doing
Big
this.
Rose. She don't need Bravo. She
Listen, no, but let me tell you
need
something.
Big
But
Show.
here's the thing, though, right? Sometimes you know how there's this saying that it's easier to get a job when you have a job.
Yes.
So I think with Candy, because you're on this show, you are wanted so many other places. So she's being smart. She's making money moves, right? Because
Mhm.
remember when Nene thought she can turn her nose up the RHOA, and then the jobs dried up and she had to come back, right? So she's making the most out of her moment, and I do appreciate it. But it seemed like this reunion part 3 was a Marlo apology
It was.
episode,
It
okay?
Sure,
She
yes.
was.
just kept apologizing. She was like, you
I
know
got to
what,
turn
I'm
on my
sorry.
pan
And,
diva.
and I'm not mad at her. I think she wanted to make sure she come back next
Next
season with
season.
that peach, okay?
Trying to be in the
So
clear.
every time they brought up something, it was hard for you to continue an argument with her because she was like, okay, I was wrong. I apologize. I should have never talked about Kandi and Todd's relationship. I could have kept it right between me and Kandi. She apologized to Todd. And when Todd tried to say that she bought her way into the group because she paid for her own ticket to wherever they went or whatever the case may be. Well, listen, I will say this. Whether she purchased her way into the group or not, it was still smart on her part, right? Because at the end of the day, she said even as a friend, she was getting paid cash and over fist. So
Yeah.
for you to get $600,000 to $700,000 as a friend, I ain't mad at you.
But
And
see,
if she had to buy a ticket, if all it took was her to buy a ticket to Jamaica so that she can get that $600,000 to $700,000 for all of those seasons as a friend, well, where's the plane? Head to the site. I'll buy the ticket. I will
I'm gonna
buy the
tell you.
ticket. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna tell you, Diva. Remember when Ty did say that? She said, "I don't remember. Did I buy my ticket? Did I pay for my hotel?" And he said, "You bought your ticket, but you didn't pay for the hotel." I
Right.
just said that like, look. I'm like, we all know that Bravo sponsored the trip. The friends, some friends get paid, some friends don't. We don't know how the friends, actually go on the trip. So for her to actually sit there and pretend like she didn't buy her ticket, come on, Marlo. We all know your money. We all know you had the money. We
It
know
was
this.
South Africa.
Yes,
It
it was
was
South
South
Africa.
Africa, right? Listen, but
Mhm.
again, I wasn't mad at her. I wasn't mad at her because look where you at now. So
Mhm.
if you had to pay, even if she paid $1,000 for that ticket, was it worth it? It absolutely
It
was. She got
was.
a peach and she was paid as a friend. But hold on one second. Bedside, BK said August Wilson, the piano lesson previewed on September 18th at the Barrymore NYC, directed by Latanya Richardson Jackson, produced by B. Moreland as Freeman, Candy Burris, and Todd Tucker.
She
I'm going
said
to
it.
get tickets. I'm going to go see it. So I will
They,
be on another assignment. I think she says she's
mhm.
going to be there the second week in October. No, the third week in October. Kandi is coming
Yeah.
to New York, right? I'm gonna try to get tickets that week. I will go on another assignment, y'all. So I will
Mhm.
go see the piano lesson, and maybe hopefully I'll get to go see it when Kandi is there. So I'm gonna go on another mission, and I'm still on our mission to find that Kenya Moore hair care.
Here.
Um,
I'm on that with Diva.
Sherry show. I
That's
don't
my
know if I
job. I'm
missed your
on
review,
that one.
Diva, but how was Sherry show? Was it good?
Sherry show was amazing, but I will tell you this. Every show that I went to live, the energy is better than you see what comes across on the TV, right? So for instance, Sus One is still there. So everybody from Wendy is still there. The DJ
Wow.
Sus One is there. I posted the picture with Sus One.
Mhm.
Marco is still
Oh,
there.
I
He's
seen
the
Marco,
hype
yeah.
man for the audience. So I posted my picture with him. Sherry Shepherd is a sweetheart. They told us, I didn't see them with my own eyes, but they told us that Norman and Suzanne was still in the back. So they're still there. And then the guy that you see out front with Sherry, that kind of is like what Norman kind of used to do a little bit.
Mhm.
That is actually Sherry Shepherd, best friend of over, I want to say she said 20 years,
Yeah, I've
right?
seen him a few times
Um,
on her social media.
yeah, I want to say so, but can I tell you that he left his job to come help Sherry do this job and make this show happen?
Wow.
So that's the best friend for you, ain't it? Like God
Yeah.
love him. So all I can say is give Sherry a chance. It ain't her fault that Wendy is in the position that she's in. And listen, if everybody has to be replaced. Like it is what it is. Like somebody would have had to take the slot, so why not Sherry Shepherd? So I'm gonna say give her a chance. Okay, you coming to New York City to see it with me, Diva? Listen, welcome. So I had two YouTube sons, okay? Sebastian is one, and every now and then I gotta put Sebastian in timeout. Today is one of those days. And then, and then Smoke is my other one. So Smoke came with me to Sherry Shepherd. And whoever wants to meet me, let's go see this piano lesson. we gonna go to the piano lesson, have some dinner, and figure and maybe see Candy. But we're gonna go check out. I'm gonna support. I'm gonna support and go to the piano lesson. I think it's gonna be a good show. I love Broadway. So yes, but Marlo was definitely on an apology tour.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, no, we want to see y'all get into it. But you know what? I do appreciate Marlo realizing and understand that. Does that mean she's gonna do better next season? I
No.
doubt it. But it was nice to see her acknowledge the errors of her ways, right? She was like, okay, I know I messed up. I know everybody's pissed at me. So I'm just gonna sit here and apologize. I don't know. Does anybody have anything to add?
Yes,
I
because
wanna,
I'll
I
this
wait.
is
wanna.
what I wanted to see from Marlo all season long. I wanted to
She
see
do the
this
same thing all the
humble,
time.
you know, person who's just really giving her honest self to us. I feel like that was the most transparent and honest we have seen Marlo all season. And I just wish she would have given more of that this season. Like I said a couple of shows ago, she was just so friend Marlo to me this season. And I did not want to see that friend Marlo. I wanted to see another side of Marlo. But we're gonna see. She says she's gonna stop apologizing and change her ways. So,
Mhm.
hmm.
So
I'll wait, but I'm not holding my
Can
breath.
I say
You know,
something?
Smoke, wait, hold on,
Diva,
Sebastian. Smoke, you ready? I'm bringing you up.
Ooh,
oh,
ooh.
Hi
Get
y'all.
him
What's
while
hey,
you're
going on,
ahead.
hey.
Mister?
Smoke in the building.
What?
So hold on, Sebastian. So Smoke, you tell them from your own, like, how did you feel about Sherry Shepherd's show when we went?
We had a good time. Like her staff and everyone that is there, they're very professional and it was like very engaging. Sherry was nice and she was engaging as well. It wasn't like she turned on and off when the camera was there. Like she was like really like pleasant the entire time. So honestly, I'm planning on going back a couple more times to the Sherry show, and I think she has maybe a good 7 to 10 year run. I think she can pull that off if she settles in. I said what I said, Sebastian, and I ain't changed.
Come for him, Smoke. Get him.
Come on, bring the heat. Bring the heat. No, no, really, guys. I'm gonna be. We had so much fun there together. We really, really did. And when it's commercial time and the music, like DJ Such One, he was bringing the music. We were dancing. We were partying. We had a really, really good time. And like I said, she came out and spoke to us. Now I've been to a lot of talk shows. Not too many of them do this that come and really interact with you before the show. She came and spoke to us before the show. She was like, I'm praying for all of y'all. We prayed for y'all back there. She did that when I went to the Nick Cannon show. He did that. It's shocking to me the way Nick Cannon behaves in life with all of these women and being reckless. Because when I met him at the show, he was just a whole different persona, a whole different person. And I actually really, really loved him when I went to his show. But to know that he's in these streets being so reckless is it's sad. It's sad. And the thing is, I don't care what nobody say. Money doesn't trump everything,
I
right?
agree.
He
I
needs
feel
to
like he's bad
be.
hops diva because he is battling with something within himself. Like
I agree.
he uses the bed hopping to validate his manhood, and
Right,
that's not what makes a man. You know,
right.
I just really feel like Nick Cannon is lost, and I pray for his soul. I really do.
I pray for his soul, but I also pray for the other people that are involved also, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, it's one thing to be a female and get involved with somebody and you don't know all of the shenanigans that's going on with them. It's another thing when you have full blown knowledge that this man is just slaying them down and you agree, you think that's the best you can get and you agree to get lay in the bed with this man and have his baby. The one that I want to say she is a Price is Right model. I don't know if I can get it right. The one that had the knife baby, beautiful woman, but she's in her 40s. This is her first child. You waited all
Wow.
your life. You waited all your life to have a baby.
And
And
that's with
that's the
him.
father you choose. for your baby.
Somebody that's irresponsible with they seed. Like,
What?
let's look at the
Mm-hmm.
facts.
What?
Oh my
Like,
And
God.
then,
what are you doing this for? Like, you.
right.
I think they all just signed up to be surrogates.
I think
They
it's
were
a
Basically,
like, you know,
career
I got
now. Baby
eggs. Let me
mama
just
is a
sell them off.
career.
That's it.
Baby
I
mama
don't
is a
know,
career.
but you know what though? It's not even being fair to your child. It's not even
It's
giving your
not.
child an
that's the point.
opportunity and a chance.
And
And
the
for
dad's
the
gonna be
most part,
absentee most of the time because he's
Don't
right.
keep
busy
them
making
all.
money to support all of these children he
But
created.
even
But you
Diva
got
with that,
Yes.
Diva
Go
with
ahead,
that,
Kat.
I think he's trying to find Mariah in all these other women. Like he realized how good he had it with her. And
Right.
listen, Mariah may be a diva, but probably at home she was probably a nurturing wife and was really like there for him. And for whatever reason they divorced. So he's trying to find his next Mariah and realize that you're not going to get her. And she's definitely not going to look at you, even if you were like dressed in the finest, like Dolce Gabbana or Armani, whatever suits, because it's just like you're basically like tainted trash,
I
basically.
believe he really
Right.
hurt I believe he really hurt Mariah, and that's my
Yeah.
opinion. I believe he hurt her to her core because she thought that was her forever, but he was too young. He still was out here playing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Listen,
trying to validate his
here's
manhood.
my fear for these women too. God forbid anything happens to him. They're all done. Like what are they
They
gonna
child
do?
support.
The
And that's
one
what they
that
not looking at.
the
They look,
child support from where though? They're gonna probably be fighting over
No, I
like
said no.
whatever. It's gonna be in the state for long. That's gonna suck
Yep.
up
Mhm.
money. And
Exactly.
the one that had his twins, she recently had posted, that Nick Cannon had bought her a house, and she showed the twins kind of walking through part of the house or whatever case may be. And I'm like, okay, so it took you to have baby number 3 to be pregnant, and he just now bought you a house. Girl, is this what y'all like?
their
I
standards
don't
are
get
in the
it.
basement, Diva. Their standards are
No.
in the basement. And let's not forget that Nick has a very serious autoimmune disease.
Please, yep.
Who It's no
Yes.
guarantee he's going to be here for all of these children he's reproducing.
Exactly.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Hi.
Who wanted? Yes. Hi. Who's
Oh, hi,
that?
Corey.
Corey.
Hey
Hey,
Hey,
Corey.
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 Go ahead. What
I've
do you
been
want to
trying to
ask?
say hello.
Hey,
Hey,
my love.
Corey. I'm sorry.
Hey.
Hi. What do you want to add to the conversation?
Okay, first, Sebastian, baby boy, I love you.
I know you do.
You
He
know,
did this on purpose.
I'm gonna gather you later, okay, baby. I'm gonna gather you later. But
Please
I love
don't.
you. It's not the black woman that keeps black men on the DL. It's black men and
Big.
their toxic
Right.
masculinity
That
that
is
keeps
it.
them on
That's
the
the
DL,
truth.
baby boy.
Yes,
I
it
know
Mhm.
you
is.
just turned 21. I know you don't know yet. You still got the breast milk behind your ears. That's okay.
Point blank, period.
Oh, I also
That's
want to say
okay.
something
I have a
else.
26-year-old. I know. I
I
know.
want
I
to say
get it.
something
I
else
get
as
it.
well.
I know you don't know yet. Wait a minute. I get it. And I love you for it. That's okay. I have a 26-year-old. I know. Who
Someone's
that?
echoing.
I don't have none. But Diva, my
Somebody got
still
some
working.
feedback.
I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all
Okay,
tomorrow.
bye.
Okay.
Bye,
Somebody. Okay,
everybody.
wait, hold on,
And
Corey. Hold on one second.
okay.
Somebody's giving feedback.
But Diva, my still working. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all
Okay,
tomorrow.
bye. Somebody. Okay, I think it was Shannon. You got to turn off everything, Shannon. I muted you, but you was giving a lot of feedback. Corey, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
And Nick Cannon is following the his father had a lot of children. So
Mm-hmm.
so that is something that was modeled to him by several different women. So
Mm-hmm.
his parents weren't married. Okay.
Yeah.
Second, that's another thing he's watching. He chose to emulate and idolize a man, Dr. Sebi, who has several sister wives and several children with different women living in a commune.
True.
Okay.
True.
So something is lost in translation. Something is broke in his head, and Mariah dodged a big old bullet. And I
she
can't
ain't
believe
playing because you do not ever hear her involving her children with all his shenanigans, with all his other children. She keep them separate.
Yep. And she say, I don't know. They don't have. Since when you got to be married to have step? That's her main thing she goes to.
No, she says that out loud, Corey.
Mhm.
Yep,
No, that's her main thing she goes to. That's like her iconic. I don't know her. You know
who?
Right, but you know
yeah.
what though? Let me throw something into the conversation. Hey, Michael, Michael, everybody, that's my baby daddy. Yeah,
Okay.
Working
it's a
in.
long
Oh, do
story.
you must
It's a
tell the
long
story?
story. If you know, you know, right? If you know,
Where
you
is
know.
it
It's a
now?
long story. So okay, so hold on one second. Let me throw this into the conversation, right? I think in all situations the children are innocent. And I think that I understand maybe what Mariah is trying to protect, but when we choose a partner, like it or not, at the end of the day, once we have their seed, it is who it is. We can't bury our partner in the sand and act like they don't exist. And that's the thing I didn't like about Drew, right? Your child, Josiah, has a father, whether you like the father or not, because he went to jail or whatever he is or isn't to you, you can't bury this man in his hand. He's still Josiah's father. So on that note with Mariah, it is what it is. You chose Nick. Things happen the way they did. Now he has 13 other kids. That is your children's siblings. And
Yeah, but
so,
she don't have to
but
let them play
but let
together.
me I know, but let me just throw this in there. So hiding them or trying to protect them from their siblings, I'm not saying that you got to go engage them every day and bring them to your house or anything like that, but they every time their daddy has a baby, you got to stick a picture on the wall and say, okay, you got another brother or sister, because what you don't want to happen is they can potentially run into this person in the street and
And they
they're
hook up.
their
Come on.
family,
Come
right?
on.
Um,
Yep.
so we can't. We are as sick as our well kept secret. So your dad is your dad, and what I would be explaining is, listen, I don't agree with your dad is doing in these streets. But okay, I'm sorry, you got another brother or you got another sister, and you got two more on the way. When you
Right.
go with dad, if you go see these other 20 kids, not my circus, not my monkeys. That's your dad and your business. And you can tell me you met your other brother and sister, okay. But when I come back to our house, then we're gonna do what we do. But that's still their family. But go ahead, Corey. What did you want to add?
Um, she dodged a big bullet. I mean, when she told him stop talking about Kim Kardashian and the fact that he slept with her, and he still didn't stop talking. So she was like, "I need to leave because you're not respecting me. You're not respecting our union. Hell, Michael Jackson's nephew, who dated Kim Kardashian, can't even mention her name in their house. Okay,
But the thing is, though, Corey, let me just throw this in there. She didn't really dodge a bullet because she got two kids with him. So once you have a kid with somebody, you are intertwined with this person for the rest of
Forever.
your natural life.
I'm
Okay,
not.
they're gonna be at the kids' birthday parties, graduations, blah 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 blah
If they're
boo.
a good father, they will be.
True.
But I had not seen my son's sperm donor since he was 8 months old. Okay, and
Yeah.
I had a wonderful life without him because he wasn't helping. Period.
So we'll tag back onto that conversation in a minute. So let me just say this. Todd answered about how he felt about, the streets talking. I thought he answered that well with Andy, right? He said, listen, Miss Joy said things about me in the streets and you see nothing came about. In other words, me and Candy are still thick as thieves, so we're good. I really don't care about, whatever. They also asked him, what many people ask him, like, why are you letting Kayla struggle, but Riley is living a good life? And he said, listen, Kayla's okay. She got her apartment. She got her job. She's good. And here's the thing. Money can come and go. But if you are a person who is just used to money being handed to you and now the money is gone, you may struggle bringing yourself back up from the ashes, right? But Kayla is always going to know how to bring herself up from the ashes because she wasn't handed anything. I
Right.
go back to the Proverbs and I might be mixing it up, but it says that if you give a man a fish, he gonna eat that day. But if you teach him how to fish, they're gonna eat the
For a
rest of their life.
lifetime.
Their
Yep.
So I mean,
lives.
I feel like Todd is teaching Kayla how to fish. And so whether or not she gets left any money when he's gone, she gonna still be okay.
That's right.
Yes, Diva. Yes, and I'm glad you brought this point
So
to
go ahead. So go ahead.
the
I don't know
forum,
if
because that's
anybody. I don't want to keep talking. Does anybody want to add to that conversation?
Yes,
so
because she
Diva,
deserves it.
I'm
She
glad
deserves
you
a
brought
car
that.
too, though. Riley has a car, so let Kayla get a car too. Let her get a nice little Porsche, little SUV or minivan. They'll
No,
have
but
that girl
Todd
Oh,
and
you said the
trekking.
Candy always have been
minivan.
on separate pages. Todd always complained how Candy coddled Riley.
Yes.
He always gave her too much. He always been on the page of you work for what you want, and that's what he wanted to instill in his child, especially
Yes.
because he got in his child's life later. He didn't even know she existed until she was older. So now he just trying to father her through adulthood. And he trying to let her know, like, no, ain't nothing going to be handed to you. You got to work for everything you got. And I respect him for
Could I
that.
say
Ain't nothing
something?
going to be handed to
Yes,
you.
yes, you can. Who is that? Shannon.
Yes. How are you guys, panel? Love you guys.
Love you too. Go ahead.
Um,
What do you want to add?
Todd did a YouTube a couple of years ago about Kayla, him and Candy, and she was in production like her dad, and she's following her dad's footsteps in production. She wanted him and Candy to put a word in with Bravo or Andy. Candy was going to do it. Todd said no, get on her own merits. She ended up doing a production on Love and Hip Hop New York, got it on her own without Candy. And he said he wanted her to be self-sufficient if something was to happen to him. He don't want her on crack. He don't want her depressed. He want her to go ahead and fend, know how to work.
And
Now
nor do
back
he
to
want Mama
Riley.
Joyce talking crap about his baby, because she already think they there mooching off.
But Mims made a point. Thank you,
He
Mims, for
did. Continue.
Candy coddles Todd. He didn't work for that car. Candy bought him. He don't pay a mortgage for
That
that
was her
mansion.
choice, though. That was her choice to buy him a car. Wait a minute.
It could be her choice to buy Kayla a car.
This is my thing. When they went to New York, to show Riley her apartment, Riley didn't even know how to make an ice. She know how to put water in an ice tray. And Todd was like, she don't know how to make ice. You guys remember that? That's
Yeah,
too
but
coddling. You can't make
everybody
ice
use the
out.
ice maker now. Everybody use the ice maker now,
You
or
shouldn't
like you
have
said,
to
buy
go buy
them
a bag.
ice.
You could say that 325 and add it up, and it create more money. I'm about financial. I'm about
Okay, so
finances.
can I say
We
this?
that's the problem. Black people blow so much money. One thing about black folks, we consume. We consume. We're liability people. We're not asset people. So you guys look because she's rich. Anything can happen.
Okay, hold on, folks. Okay,
We
hold
gonna
on,
agree to
hold on.
disagree.
Hold on. No, listen. I understand a mixture. Wait, hold on 1 second, guys, and I'll let you speak. I understand a mixture of both. I don't mind giving a car, but I understand Todd's concept. Under Todd's concept, you will never lose because you will know how to start from scratch, rise yourself up, and do what you
And
got to
marry
do.
somebody rich.
Exactly.
You said
Ma'am.
marry somebody. Go ahead, Biz. What do you want to say, Biz? Go ahead,
Oh,
Biz. Add to the
so
conversation.
I think that
Cause I have
what
a
you're saying
question
is
for Mims too.
I think what you're saying is valid. Yes, when you teach somebody how to pull themselves up from the bootstraps, they will have that life lesson. However, Candy is very aware that putting Riley in certain circles, in certain places, that's another way to build wealth. So
Yes.
what the issue is, Todd was so comfortable easing into that lifestyle, telling
Now
Kayla
he's
that she
trying to make it
doesn't
hard for
need.
Kayla.
It's not like Todd is saying, okay, I'm not going to drive this car Candy bought me. We knew that when Todd got with Candy, before they were actually married, he was driving around in her Mercedes. You hear what I'm saying? So Todd eases his way into these things. You know, Todd knows how to swerve and find himself in better
He's supposed to.
situations. But you're saying that Kayla needs to learn how to do it all on her own when you didn't. I totally believe that that woman was telling the truth. Todd probably did utilize that relationship to,
No.
step up his game. It is what it
His
is.
career, maybe.
His
Yeah,
career,
because
his game,
this is
whatever.
my thing. This is my thing. I'm in the real estate. I make a good income. And I got two spoiled kids, but they gotta work to get what I built. I laid the foundation. All they gotta do is take the baton. I'm not just gonna give it to them. They have to work for it. I did all the hard work.
Okay.
Wait,
I don't think
You heard what you
I've
said?
been waiting to answer her back.
But you heard what you. Okay, hold on one second, Corey. But did you hear what you just said? You said I'm not going to just give it to them. But go ahead, because I'm
They gotta
listening
work
to
I'm not
you.
just gonna. I want them to work for it because if they work for it, they appreciate it better. Because if I just give it to them, my mama got this. They're not gonna even care. But once they work for it, they like this is part of me. My mother gave this to me, so I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna work for this. She just didn't give. When you give kids stuff that easy, they don't appreciate it as much. They didn't get their hands dirty, and I know this from experience. And most of the guys I've been with, I made most of the money. I bought them things. I bought them cars. They rode my Mercedes too. But that's just part of the perk being with me. But they did something to help me continue to grow. So I'm
So
not
what's
gonna be with
wrong
no
with
man
them
who's not
having
gonna
a
help.
I
career?
guess
can I?
Wait, hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna let y'all talk. But Shannon, so you a Candy?
Yep. A
Yep.
sugar mama.
Not sugar mama.
No, I can't do that.
It's about
Y'all say
whatever
let
I
me be, I
had,
wanna
whatever I
be.
had beforehand. Wait, whatever I had beforehand belongs to me. If he helped me continue to build, he's entitled to some of that money because I didn't do it alone.
All right now. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But like
And
I
I
think
don't
what
take
he
care. I don't take care of no man. But
even
when
if you
he's with
did,
me,
that's
he's
But he
gonna help me.
riding
it's
in
your
your
He's gonna
car.
prerogative.
help me grow. He's gonna help
Even
me
if you
grow.
did
You
take care
hope
of
he
a
help you to
man,
grow.
that is your
No, I hope
prerogative.
it's happened. I ain't hoping. If you can't help me, I don't need you. I can struggle by myself. I need.
I look for a partner to add to my life. If you don't add to my life, there's no point in you even being there.
So hold
Man,
on,
and
guys.
that's
my
true.
issue.
You gotta
Okay,
add.
Okay,
And
give
I'm
me a minute, guys. Time out for 1 second. Corey, what did you want to say?
Riley did work for the things that she was given. She got good grades. She stayed out of trouble. She didn't end up like some other stars' children's do on drugs, pregnant, and everything else.
And
Riley
appeared on the
earned
show for 10, 15 years. Appeared on
exactly,
the
and
show.
she is well grounded. She's well adjusted. This girl earned everything her mother gave her. And let me tell you
how did
this.
she earn it?
I just told you how she earned it
That
by
ain't
being a
that's
good
what life
kid.
is. No, that's not that's what life expects from you to get good grades, to be a team player. That's a job that
Not from a
you don't have
black,
to
But
just
that's a
not
earn.
from a
child's
black
It's just
job.
like
You
it's
person,
don't
like
have to
when
not
my
from a
kids
earn
black
grew
it.
up. When my
girl.
kids
I'm
grew
not
up,
even
when my
finished.
kid, we're
Let me
gonna
finish.
agree to disagree. When my
One
kids
at
grew up,
a
I
time.
didn't pay them for getting good
Okay.
grades because they got good
One at
grades.
a
What they
time.
supposed to do?
Okay, so hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. We got
I
to do one at a time, but let me add this to the scenario, right? So it is okay. I understand both sides, right? It is okay to reward your kids, right? Because you got good grades. It's not a problem like with giving them a reward, right? And I also don't think it's a problem if you have money and you're able to, your reward is a little bit higher because you have those finances. That is okay also. But I think we all have to come in some agreement, good, bad, or indifferent. If you give them too much,
yeah.
if you give them too much, it can turn out to be a bad thing. It could be detrimental to their life, their livelihood, and their growth. I don't have no
No,
problem that she got the. I'm gonna let you speak. Give me a minute. I don't have no problem that she got the apartment in the city. Not a big deal to me. I think it's great. I think it's amazing. Riley is going to school. Okay, I think it's nice that she got a car. Okay, you gave her this car. Now, the high level luxury car, I mean, it depends. I guess it is what it is, but
For the
at
city,
some point, all I'm saying is, and Riley is doing good. She's a good kid, right? But all I'm saying is there is nothing wrong with teaching your kid that you know what? You're in school. I got you the car. I got you the apartment. Now get a campus job or something. You can work. You can work. There's nothing wrong with working and maybe just pay your cell phone bill. Okay. You don't have to pay everything, but I think you got to teach them responsibility and not just give, 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 give.
But
And as
Diva,
much as I like Kandi, Riley, all of them, I think that when they were sitting on that couch and Riley and Kandi allowed this to go down, when she wanted to say that, I don't think Todd is going to do X, Y, Z. At the end of the day, Kandi, that's your husband.
Kids don't belong in grown
Well,
folk business.
okay.
Yeah.
First
I
of all,
know,
they were
but
grown.
somebody
They
was
were
trying
grown
to
women.
talk
Yeah,
while
I
I
got
was
one.
so give
I
me.
didn't even get a
well,
chance to finish. I was cut off.
Okay, Corey, I'm gonna let you finish. For 1 second, Corey. Kim Bell, thank you so much for becoming a member. I truly appreciate it. Go ahead, Corey. What do you want to add?
You're
Okay.
not gonna do a dance? A member dance?
thank you for the membership.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Corey.
All right. So listen, I didn't grow up poor by any means. I didn't grow up real rich either. I grew up comfortable, right? My family has influence, and I was introduced to certain people to help me on my way up in the world. Okay. That's what Kandi wanted to do for whatever the kid's name is, Todd's daughter.
Kayla.
Kayla. In the entertainment industry, it's who you know, is how you are advanced. It's not what you know, it's your connection. That job is her connection. Riley wants to be an entertainment attorney. It's connections. Kandi gave her connections. Made sure she had an internship. Made sure she at the right firm, at the right place, so she can be at the right time to meet the right people. There's nothing wrong with doing that. My mother did that for me. And one more thing, and then I'm gonna let it go. Growing up, my mother gave me jewelry. She gave me everything that I needed, so I wouldn't have to give it up to a guy because he said, if I buy you this necklace, you got to give me some poom poom. So she made sure I didn't have to have that opportunity. I knew exactly what she was doing for me. She did the same for my sister. My sister is a retired successful makeup artist who did makeup for Mary J. Blige for a long time. I had a son at 21 because I listened to the wrong person. But I'm still doing, I went to college, I went back to school, I got a job, I raised a son with special needs, and now my mother is in her twilight years. My sister is not here to help her. I'm here to help her. Riley is going to be there for her mother to take care of her mother in her twilight years. And Todd has no business dispersing funds that was not gained during the marriage. So Riley needs to get half or some of what her mother made before she married Sugar Baby. Now I'm done.
But they have
Are
a
you calling
prenup.
Todd a baby because he's short?
Thank you. Wait, hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Diva, can I say one more thing?
Oh, yes, you can. Give me 1 minute. Allie, thanks so much for the super sticker. Diva, you know that Riley wouldn't qualify for a campus job due to her family's tax bracket. Well, listen, she could go to McDonald's. She could do something. She could
Riley and McDonald's.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
That ain't
She
gonna
can
happen.
go do an internship at a law firm because she wants to be a lawyer. I'm making up stuff, but I'm just saying she can go do something. Who was trying to speak?
Me.
It was Shannon, but I forgot now.
Shannon, I'm sorry. Okay, let me spin this, Sebastian. Sebastian, you've been itching in your seat. What do you want to add?
Okay. First of all, when I was growing up, after I graduated high school, my parents gave me two options. Either get a job or go to college. If not, I have 3 months to leave the house. Yes, that's how it was. And I decided to go to college. My parents told me I have to work for what I have. But my parents have provided for me my whole lifetime. They've provided for me. Like, even the times when they didn't really have it, they still figured a way to provide for me. They still worked hard to provide for me. I wanted an iPhone. They were like, no. And then later on, they got it for me. The thing is, Riley does deserve half of Kandi's estate. 1/10 does pass. Actually, not even half, 3/4. I mean,
Wait, hold on, Sebastian. Riley has three other siblings. Okay, she has Ace. She has what
her
was
mother can
little
make a
mama name?
trust.
Blaze.
Blaze.
Okay, and there is Kayla, right?
Her mother
So,
could make a
so,
trust. Her
so
mother could make a
Riley,
trust.
Wait,
Riley, because she's the oldest, she gets half.
3/4 is according
I
to
said three
Sebastian.
quarters. I said 3/4. Not that only.
Kayla not even a relative, really.
One main reason why Corey
Oh
mentioned this part.
wow,
That was
that's
rude.
not cool.
Yeah, no.
One main reason why Corey mentioned this, Riley is the only one who could really take care of Kandi if Kandi does get sick in her lifetime.
But
That
does she
wasn't
not have
necessarily
siblings
true because she don't know how to clean a bathroom. She doesn't know how to wash dishes. She
or
doesn't know
make
how to do
ice?
the
You
simple
don't have
logistic stuff in life. So how can you be a caregiver and you can't do the basic stuff that you would need to do as a caregiver? No.
And she
Come
still
on,
has a
Sebastian.
husband.
To make for her mother.
I
She
care
don't
for
know what
my mother,
decisions to make.
and I didn't know how to be a caregiver. You learn when it's
Amen.
somebody you care about.
Amen, Mims.
I don't know it either. And I'm a caregiver to two people.
But why are y'all discounting the fact that Riley still has a brother and a sister?
Her mother could set up a trust for them.
sisters.
Her mother could set up a trust, but I want Riley in charge
So
of
would you
the
be okay
businesses.
if the roles were reversed and Todd was doing this and be like, Kayla, she gets 3/4, Riley don't get nothing, and the other siblings, I'll just set up a separate trust fund for whatever amount
No.
I
Well,
allot to y'all? You would be
If the
okay with
roles were
that?
reversed, if
No.
the roles were reversed, I think Kandi would teach her daughters
Sebastian, that's not the
and
question.
sons
That's not the question.
same
Stay on
way.
topic. Stay on topic. Would you be okay if Todd was the main breadwinner and he did the same thing that you're saying and gave Kayla 3/4 of the money that he made and didn't leave anything else but Candy's other two children? Would you be in agreement with that? Keep the same energy, please.
Listen, I actually did say that she could set up a trust for the other two children.
Sebastian,
I have
that's
said
not the
this.
question. That's not the question.
Yes,
That's
I
not
would
the
be
question.
okay
Diva,
with
how
it
do I
as
do
long
I
as
feel
she
like the
set up a
money
trust for
Okay,
those two
okay.
kids.
So hold on, guys. Okay, so there should be a button that says join to become a member. But
I'm not seeing that button.
Sebastian, though, you're killing us right now. Okay, you're killing us right now,
You know I'm most
Sebastian.
controversial.
Yes, you are. We gotta be fair and say this, right? At the end of the day, there's more children involved now, so Riley can't get all the money. Not only that, Riley should start to build her own wealth, right? And all of them should actually start to build their own wealth. So the purpose and the point of like your parents being there for you is so at some point you can fly on your own. And whatever funds we leave behind, it should be something that's going to just be the icing on the cake in your life. It shouldn't be something you was waiting for so that you can start your life or survive in life. Do you understand what I mean?
That's not
So
what we're saying, though.
go ahead.
I gotta run, guys. This was fun.
Okay,
though.
Miss.
Bye,
Miss,
Mims.
okay,
Bye,
see you
Mims.
soon.
But that's not what we were saying. We were
Yeah.
saying, Sebastian and I were saying that Kayla should get 3/4. I mean, not Kayla. What's her name?
Riley.
Riley should get 3/4 because most of
3/4.
Candy's fortune was built before that marriage.
Amen.
And that is definitely should go to Riley. That definitely should go to Riley. Most of that should go to Riley because she was the only kid. Kayla is just her stepdaughter. Okay, that's just a stepdaughter.
I think Riley
Blaze.
takes care of
And
her.
then what's the other little boy? What's the little boy's name?
Ace.
Ace and Blaze.
Ace. They should split what was made during the marriage, and then Kayla should get whatever her father made during whatever her father made during the marriage.
Amen.
I really
I have a
feel like
question.
That's what
Why
I'm
do
talking
we?
about
because smart enough to take care of Riley. I think Kandi has something separate set up because Riley does not have her father. I think Kandi was smart enough to set something up for Riley where she's gonna be okay and it won't interfere with the other children. I don't even think this argument.
We didn't say don't give the other children none.
Exactly.
No, I'm not
just
saying that at all.
Give
I'm
them
not
what
saying
was
that at
made
all.
during
I just
their
think Kandi
marriage.
is smart
I
enough to make
agree.
sure Riley is set up because she is the primary parent for Riley
Mhm.
because her father is not going to step up. I mean, that's just obvious, right?
Well,
So she's going to make sure
Ca-
Riley's okay.
technically, Kandi isn't the primary parent. That's Mama Joyce.
Yeah,
Mama Joyce
but I
raised
feel
Riley.
like Candy's going to make sure Riley's going to
Candy had to work. Smoke.
Now
Why?
But
you
Candy
being
paid Mama
messy.
Joyce.
But
Now
She
you
didn't
being
pay Mama
it
messy.
Joyce.
doesn't.
So,
Well,
so
she didn't pay Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce used her credit cards. She maxed out Candy's credit cards, and Kandi had to take the credit cards away from her.
Who gave her
So,
that access?
Quick
okay,
Candy.
so
question.
hold
Why
on,
we?
guys.
I have a
Hold
question,
on,
Buddha.
guys. Trina, I think I'm connecting with you, right? I don't like the idea of this
Just a
stepdaughter,
stepchild.
Yeah,
just a
that's
stepchild.
disrespectful.
I think it is too, right? I
That's
don't
the
like
way.
that. And I think that when you're blending families, if I know I'm getting with somebody, I have one kid. If I know I'm getting with somebody and they got 3 kids, well, now I got 4.
Exactly.
And if I go to the store to buy that kid some sneakers, no, I gotta buy 4 pair of sneakers because I have 4 kids.
That's how
Okay,
I
if
think,
we
Diva.
about to plan a vacation, I can't just be thinking about my one kid. I signed up for this situation, and if the mother of the other children want their kid and will allow their kid to go, then we're all gonna go on vacation together.
Diva, I
I'm
have a
not
Kandi
comeback
going
for
to
you.
always
make it
included
seem
Todd's
like
daughter. She
right.
never treated her different. She
Never,
always
right? I'm
acted
not
on the
going to
same
make
level.
that child seem like if I'm going to blend the family, I'm going to blend the family. Now, you know what show I
I
used to
don't want
love,
her to blend the
but
family though.
hold on 1 second. Let me
I
just throw
know.
Brady
this in there.
Bunch.
No, I'm gonna come to you. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna throw this in there. Did you ever watch Red Runs or Run Show or whatever that show
Yes,
was?
Run's
Mhm.
I'm with
house.
you.
We
I
didn't
Run,
even know
Red
that
Run.
was that
I
kid's
Run's
stepmother.
house.
did not.
I'm too young to know
I
that.
did
I
I
because
didn't
I
did
even
know who
not.
their
know
mama
until
was.
they was on
Wait,
Wendy Williams talking about the show. I thought that was all of their mother.
I'm
Mm-mm.
trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you that I didn't realize until I realized that those kids that it was a blended family. They blended that family so well. Much
Never would have
respect.
known.
You did, and his wife never said anything disrespectful about their mother. And they went to
Never.
see their mother, and they all blended together. I didn't know who
And they
was who
called
and
her
who was,
mom.
Ma.
and they
Called
called
her
her
Yeah.
mom.
mom.
Yep.
They
They
called
called
her
her
mom.
mom.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, if you want to blend a family, that's how you blend it, and that's how you raise really good
Come
adults
on, Diva.
Yes.
because you blending it where nobody knows who's who. So
Yes.
when you want to sit there and say what money was made this time or that time or
Yeah,
whatever,
that's
and this kid
crazy.
wasn't here, that kid wasn't here, it's not right. It's not fair.
That's
And
how I would
listen,
do it.
No,
That's
it's
how I
very
would do
fair.
at
It's
the
very
end of the
fair.
That's
day,
It's
how I would
very
if
do
I
it.
But
fair.
got
Kandi always accepted her stepchildren with
oh
no
no, she had
problem.
Yeah,
right.
but Todd don't want her to blend. That's the problem. That's why I said what I said. Todd don't want her to blend Kayla because Todd don't want her to do nothing for Kayla. Okay, that's why I said what I said. That she's just a step. That's why I said that. Now,
Amen.
in
But
my
let me
real
say
life,
I believe
this.
Kandi will be
I
there for
think
Who
her
did
that
that?
if something were to happen. I
wait,
believe Kandi will stand up for that girl,
yeah,
whether
I
her
Yes.
didn't
yes, she
say
time
she
was.
I
wouldn't though.
agree.
What I'm saying is Todd's not giving her a chance to blend. That's why I said what I said. I'm going to stand 10 tones deep in what I said.
and you have
In
every
Amen.
my
right for that. I
real life,
respectfully disagree, though.
good. And in my
Exactly,
real
Nani.
life, I wouldn't say that. But in this situation, he did not come in here with equal amounts of wealth. So why should he get what my mom sacrificed time with me to build? Is what I'm saying. Since
First,
he don't
So
want
why
to
hey,
was she mad
blend
because
first
she
of
was
nothing.
all,
so less than?
Candy has a prenup, and that prenup tells what Ty's supposed to get
Exactly.
in that prenup. Because I've had
That's
prenups.
what the
A
prenup
trust is
for.
a trust is totally different. So,
Mhm.
in that prenup is her
Candy's a
marital
smart
assets and
businesswoman.
stuff. So, whatever in
Riley
that
set
prenup,
up,
that's what Ty's
so
going
is
to get.
Todd.
Anything in that trust should be her children.
Right.
But I'm just saying, I feel like Kandi is a smart businesswoman. I do not believe
Is she really?
in 1 second that she would not make sure Riley's set up. And I also do not believe that she wouldn't make sure Todd's children are set up because
I
that's the kind
agree.
of heart she
Because you
got.
know what? I heard she still have Gerald Levert's kids and that guy with the 6
Yes.
kids in the first season.
Kandi
I
got a
heard she
good
takes care of them
spirit.
too.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not even with them.
Can I say something, please?
I just really believe Kandi, she just makes
Give me a
sure
minute,
if you
Sebastian.
good with
No
her and you
problem.
don't cross with her, cross her, she want to make sure everybody around her, close to her, is good, regardless of what. Just like Mary doing for Kendu's daughter with growing up hip hop. She called her and said, "Hey, you mind if I do the show?" And she said, "No, go get the bag. I want you to go get the bag." Regardless of
Well,
what
we know
happened.
we know Kayla.
But-
We know Kayla got an apartment and she's working and she's not depending on anybody. And I'm sure if she got down on her luck,
I
she would have
respect
help
Todd's
from her
position, and
parents.
I also respect Candy's position on making sure she be there for them. That's what she took on. She being a woman about it. If you take that on, you want to make sure everybody good.
Right.
And who's to
Ashley,
say?
thank
And
you.
who's to
Hold on one
say?
second,
Who's
guys.
to?
Hold on one second. Ashley, thank you so much for becoming a member. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, Ashley. Okay, so listen, guys. I think some of us were kind of saying the same thing in a different way. I think that's what we might
Could
be
I add
doing.
one more thing, Diva?
Yes, you can.
Who's to say Block not leaving her anything?
Block ain't got no
That's
money.
her.
Block is not
We don't.
leaving
We
Block,
don't know.
anything.
We don't know what he got. We're not in their household. We
Block,
don't know his investments or
Don't do that.
He
anything.
didn't give her none. He
He got
didn't
like.
pay
I'm sure he
child
might have a
support
life insurance
responsibility.
policy.
He didn't do his
well, wait,
responsibility.
hold on one second.
He don't even
I
want to
can't,
claim rally.
but let me say this. I
That
think
don't mean
Block
he's not
can
gonna leave her
help.
anything.
Child.
Yeah, I don't think Block is. I honestly, you know what? From what Block has shown us, I don't think Block is going to stand up and come through. I
Nope.
could be wrong. It will be shocking to me if he did. I do. All I'm saying is that all the kids need to be left equal amounts and
Yeah.
be
No.
set up
No.
equally. I
Yeah.
don't understand why we're
Why not?
separated and making a
Yeah.
difference.
Nope.
If Candy's worth 20 million and they each get 5 million, I'm just making up numbers right now. What is the difference?
Big deal.
Nope.
Why should Riley get 10 million and the other ones get 2? I don't understand
Because
that.
Riley was here from the jump of her
Nope.
empire rising. That's exactly why.
No,
And
technically,
So
Mama
that would
Joyce
mean
That
does.
doesn't make sense.
right,
They're still
right.
her
But here's the
kids.
thing,
Okay.
They're
Sebastian.
still her
With
kids.
Sebastian, with your thought process, that would mean in every family the firstborn should get the most. Like that
Exactly.
doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Mine's getting
That's not
equal.
gonna fly
Mine's
in my
getting
family,
equal.
Sebastian.
Exactly.
that's common. That is very common for the
What do you mean
firstborn to
it's
get more.
common?
It's
What
common.
family does that?
A lot of
Where?
families do that. A lot of
What
families do that.
country,
Do
Sebastian?
you
because
have
they're in-
siblings, Sebastian?
Yes, I actually do have siblings. I am the
Really?
youngest.
It's
Oh,
called
so
primary
you would be
military.
okay with
So
your
you
oldest
would
than
get
your oldest
nothing.
sibling?
Nothing.
Yeah, because he needs it.
No, let me tell you.
You
Oh
why,
lying.
Cheryl.
Diva,
Goodbye.
we're not getting
I'm
You
anywhere,
gave it to
Diva.
your brother?
Sebastian. I'm not.
We're not
Yes,
getting
so
anywhere.
Sebastian.
Sebastian just trying to start.
Wait, hold on one
Hurry
second.
it.
Hold on one second. Michelle said, Sebastian, go take a nap. You need it. You need it. You sleepy. You sleepy, Sebastian. Usually when the kid is acting up, they need a little nap. Take a nap, Sebastian.
I'm
Stop
not a
it.
kid. I'm not
Yeah.
a kid. I just became 21 just a couple days ago.
For
A
Okay?
real?
baby still.
Congratulations.
Excited. Oh, you're a baby.
But
A
Diva,
baby.
Okay.
I'm
So listen.
24, Sebastian. Come on.
Yeah, Sebastian. So Drew lost weight and she looked really good. Ralph was pissed at Shereé. Okay. Ralph admits to the fact that you know what he needs to treat Drew better, and the whole book situation. I don't know about this book, but
Come on. Diva, I've been talking about it from the very beginning. They was never on the same page. Like, how's my husband writing a book and I do not know about it? Like,
that's problematic.
Wow.
That's problematic. And then when they asked about, what are reasons to adopt, he struggled, but yet he wrote the book. Candy tried to help him out and said, well, what did you write in the book? And he didn't even know. I'm concerned about this book. I'm
Thank you,
concerned.
what the
Daphne. Thank you,
ghostwriter is
Daphne.
going on, Diva? What
Thank
the
you,
ghostwriter
Daphne.
is going on?
Thank you, Daphne.
Nadia,
Wait,
you with that one.
That only
Daphne
equal
said,
100.
wait, hold on one second. Daphne says she's the oldest of 5 and I get 60 and my siblings get 40 apiece. Here's the thing though, too. In some families, in some situations, you do have someone that is more responsible than the other, right?
Exactly.
So, and
Mhm.
if I'm an alcoholic, it would make no sense for my parents to leave me a whole bunch of money so I could piss it away, so to speak, right?
Mhm.
So I'm not saying that every situation is the end all be all, but what I am saying is if everybody's on equal ground, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, you get 50, you get 10, you get 5, and you get 2%. I'm
Yeah.
giving all my kids an equal opportunity. And then you know what? They'll figure out the house the way they figure out the house.
No.
Okay?
Also,
And
I
Diva,
see,
wouldn't
also,
but the
Diva,
want
can I
y'all
thing
say
to
with
tell.
something?
that is, I
Yes,
feel
of
like
course.
why
Wait, hold
would
on.
you want to
Go ahead,
break
Smoke.
up?
Go ahead, Smoke.
Well, no, I'll go after Roy. I'll go after Roy.
Okay, go ahead, Roy.
Yeah, why would you want to? I just feel like if you want to tear a family apart, that's the perfect way to tear a
Yes,
family
it
apart.
is.
And I feel
Yeah.
like that's one thing that bothers me about Miss Joyce. I feel like Kandi really wants to have this family that is together and on one accord. And she just loves the mess. Like she
Yep.
loves it. And that's just like, God forbid if something were to happen with Kandi, and her finances get tied up in court. Then what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's just so
Hmm.
many
I see you,
reasons
Diva.
that I
Sure is.
understand why Todd wants Kayla to build her own life, but I do still feel like that she should be taken care of just like everybody else. I feel like everybody needs to learn how to build their life that way. Like you said, Diva, if you teach a man how to fish, he'll live
Yeah.
and eat forever. From what I have seen, Riley, if something were to happen detrimental to Kandi and her money got tied up, I could not see Riley
Yeah. It
surviving
happens.
on everyday life naturally like the
Yes,
rest
she
of us.
will.
I just couldn't
She
see
She
it.
will.
will.
I can't
Yeah,
see it.
No.
yeah.
I
Oh,
think
but
she's smart.
and that,
I think Riley's
yeah.
smart. Give her a little bit of credit.
Yeah, she's
Like
smart.
she has definitely education, and I think Kandi made her responsible money wise, right? You don't see her out here splurging and things like that. The only thing she
Drinking.
shows off is what Kandi puts to the forefront. Her getting a new car because she graduated and stuff like that. Her
Mhm.
going to the city, getting her apartment to go to law school. But like with Mama Joyce, like I just really feel like her coming at Todd as hard as she did, it was to deflect from the fact that Kandi was really taking care of her, okay? And she was the
Mhm.
one really spending up the money. Let's just keep it real,
Mhm.
Who
okay?
raised
Like
Kandi?
she was the one
It
spending
it
up
do-
the money. That's why
it
she
does.
didn't want
It
Todd
doesn't matter,
coming in.
Sebastian, whether she was raised Candy or not. The fact is, she's making this
Hmm.
money to make sure that they have family wealth. You can't just be blowing it at the casino with your sisters because you want to. Oh, that's my daughter.
And
I raised her,
Kandi
so I can do
started
whatever
to
I want.
Okay.
strain the
That's not
hurdles
gonna
on her,
fly.
and that's
Okay.
when she started coming at Todd
This is
so
this is
hard.
this is another question. I have two children, a boy and a girl. My boy is 8 years older than my daughter. When I
Mhm.
first started making my money, I was struggling. I had to climb. I had to have multiple gigs or whatever. By the time my daughter came along, I was very comfortable. That don't mean that my son gets most of the money because he was there 8 years before her. They're both my
Mhm.
children.
Mhm.
Good point.
That's my
That
point.
part,
And then
that part, that part right there.
and
That
then
Hold
part
you
on one
go
right
to a
second,
there.
guys.
And whoever I claim as mine, get equal parts.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Hold on
now
one
my
second, guys.
kids was a
Michael,
okay.
wait, hold on one second, everyone. Michael, to my baby daddy, thank you so much. Yes, I
Oh,
did get the cash app. I
Ooh,
really appreciate it.
He made
big
sure
Yeah,
he
I
made
Diva
spender.
sure
told
out
you.
he
I
here
see
good.
teaching us
her.
how to
He
I
made
do it.
sure
know.
Teach
Diva
us,
Smiling.
Diva.
good. That's
Give us
my
a
Smiling.
baby
lesson.
mama. He be making
See
sure
this one.
Diva
where
is
has
Look,
he
Diva, I
good,
been?
gotta you to
okay?
get that.
I don't
What he
know
look
where
like?
he been. Listen, I don't know where my baby daddy been, but you know what? When he come out in my
He
life, I
working.
acknowledge him. You know,
He
he comes and
working,
goes,
Diva.
but I still acknowledge him, okay? Because
Oh,
you cannot be disrespectful to the baby daddy. So I
Hmm.
do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay.
that was
So we gotta
sweet.
watch out now.
I
No,
know,
So
right?
he makes sure
okay.
his Diva good. He makes sure his
So
baby mama good.
listen, guys, I think that the bottom line is, blending families is hard. And I think sometimes the child that is not of the current blending situation can sometimes get lost.
Mhm.
And I think what Drew is trying to do, but she doesn't know how to communicate, she's trying to make sure Josiah doesn't get lost because now she's married to Ralph and they have a child together. And it's like, okay, what do you do with Josiah? But if you do the thing right, Josiah will know that I'm loved and that I am a part of this family and that I'm not going to be treated differently.
Can I
And
say
I think what Drew is messing up is you keep verbalizing this thing and chronicalizing it on TV. It's not going to help his situation.
something?
So they got to do better with it. But when you blend a family, You gotta blend the family. Don't get with a man, or don't get with a woman, or don't get with a partner if you don't want to have nothing to do with their kids. Okay? Because if you don't want their kids, then you don't want them. Don't do it.
Can
So
I
that's
say
all I
something?
gotta say.
Diva,
I
can I
will
say
say
this? I feel
yes,
like
go ahead.
Ralph and Drew exploited her son for their storyline. Let's talk
Oh
about
no,
that.
no,
Like, I feel
no,
like they exploited their son for the
no.
storyline because it did not have to be out there. And you're writing a book about adoption, but then you didn't actually adopt him. Let's talk about that, Diva.
Well,
Okay,
his
you
book is supposed
backpedal.
to be
Why did you
his book is
backpedal?
supposed
You
to be
plan
about
on
step
divorcing?
parenting. His book is supposed to be about step parenting, but here's the thing. This is where I do agree with Ralph, right? The boy has a father.
No, I agree with that point.
Here's the thing. I don't even care if the father is a drug addict, alcoholic. I don't care if that father was sentenced to life in prison. Unless that father says, you know what, I do not want anything to do with my child anymore. Don't just snatch the rights from the father. I don't think that's
Can I
fair.
say
Stop
something,
At
taking
the,
please?
away from me
yes,
for
you can.
that.
Give me a minute.
Okay,
But
no
at
problem.
the end of the day, I'm responsible for who I lay down with, and I have their
Ooh,
seed, right? So I can't now erase history. If I lay down with someone and later on I decide, well, you know what, I messed up, but I had their baby. Guess what? That is still my child's father. Okay? And 50% of my child is his father. I'm not going
yes.
to, no matter how I feel about the dad, I'm not going to sit there and be like in my child's ear every second, like your dad ain't crap, bapa, 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 who? I'm not going to do that. Okay? I'm not going to try to sugarcoat the narrative. But what I will say is, listen, your dad is your dad. He's still a human being. You can still love and acknowledge your dad. Your dad is in jail. Maybe he didn't do anything right. He did some things wrong, but that's still your dad. And if it wasn't for your dad, you wouldn't be here. So
Hmm.
I'm not going to bury your dad under the sand. And unless your dad is straight up like don't want to do nothing to do with have anything to do with you, then I would say to my husband, you know what? Well, his dad is not even in his life. Do you mind? Will you adopt him? But I'm not going to say adopt him and the dad is trying to be in his life. I wouldn't do that. That's
Drew,
me.
Drew,
Who
Can
you
I
wanted to
gotta
say
speak?
cut him
something?
out, Diva.
Yes, you
Drew,
can.
you
Go ahead.
gotta
Hey,
cut
hold on
him
one
out
second,
for the
Nadi.
storyline.
Hold on one second. Go ahead, Sebastian.
It's not the sayings that matter, it's the actions. You can say you're going to be in your child's life, you're going to be in your child's life, you're going to be in your child's life, but then you never show up, you never come around, you never do anything to actually be in said child's life. I think Ralph is being actually very respectful about this decision, because there are many men who would literally make sure that that man loses his paternal rights over said child. And I do think that said Josiah actually has been with Ralph since he was 2. I remember reading this. He has been with Ralph since he was 2. So most likely Ralph is the one who actually did paternal roles in his life. Taught him how to shower, taught him how to use the bathroom correctly, taught him certain things and certain values that he's going to need as a man. One thing is Ralph may not be a good husband, but he is probably a great father. And Josiah, I think Josiah, this decision should be up left to Josiah if he wants Ralph to be his father on paper as well. Because technically Ralph is his father already.
But remember, Ralph spoke to his dad, right? And his dad is trying. And listen, because the dad doesn't live in the same state, that doesn't mean like you can't. First of all, the dad went to jail, right? So he's not going to have access to this money where every weekend he can fly out, get a hotel, and try to see Josiah. But again, because of technology and everything the way it is right now, if Nick father can have all of these kids and be
He sees them.
a FaceTime dad to these kids, why can't Josiah father be a father to his son. Hold on 1 second, Sebastian. Paige said, women kill me getting knocked up, but then want to rewrite history. I'm trying to tell you, Paige, right?
Thank
Please,
you.
women have control over who they get knocked up by. Yes, watch who you lay down with, okay?
Oh,
And then,
I
but
feel
when you
like
lay
Candy's
down,
trying to rewrite their narrative
you
here.
can't rewrite the narrative.
No,
If I,
but
it's
Diva, can I make this
wait,
point real
I'll
quick?
give you a second, Nadia, and I'll let you
Mhm.
speak. If I laid out with a bum and I had that bum's kid, I can't just wake up tomorrow and want him to be corporate America. He is who he is, and that's the father of my kid, and I gotta let my child know this is your daddy, okay? Go ahead, Nadia. What do you want to say?
How do we know? Like when this man was down and out, Drew didn't decide to relocate the child to a whole nother state without the father's permission, and now she trying to write him out of the child's life and left. That's one thing I respect about Ralph. He did not. He took his father's feelings in consideration. He will get the utmost respect because I feel like his wife was trying to manipulate the narrative for a storyline for a show. That's how much
No,
of an
she did
actress
not.
she is. She was willing to let her son's life be upset and write his whole father out of his life.
No, because technically his daddy is the one who did the crime and ended up in a jail cell last time I checked. It
That
wasn't
he
Drew.
still
But
has a
he's
right
out of
to be
It
a
wasn't
father,
Drew
jail.
to put him there.
Sebastian. He still has a right to be a father, whether he's incarcerated or not.
Well, when you
He
know you're a
still has
father, you don't
rights
do
to his
certain actions
child.
that could cost you to not be in your child's life.
Sebastian, I feel like you just like to gaslight us in this
Yeah,
panel and
but
That's
he
say
true.
certain
still has
stuff
rights
because
to his
ain't
He's
child,
no
trolling.
incarcerated or
way.
not. That's
Trolling.
still
No,
his
if
biological child. That's the law right there. You
fi-
can't dispute biologics, Sebastian. I'm not trying to be like combative with you or anything. There's
Get
another side to
combative.
this, and women do a
homecoming
lot of
definitely.
gaslighting. Women do a lot of gaslighting when they want to create a new narrative because they ashamed about who they had a child with. And
Okay.
she's an actress in the industry and she wants to uphold
He
this
was a producer, a
persona. Look
music
how
producer, I
thirsty she is.
think.
She's not even a good actress. When's the last time you see her in anything?
Okay, I
Okay,
don't
so
think
hold
he's
on 1 second, guys. Callie said, hey Callie, this is about Drew trying to live a fairy tale, not
Uh-huh.
the child. Ralph doesn't want the legal comment, period.
He don't even want her. But I mean, that's a story for another day. But
Gigi.
Ooh, my
he gonna put on a
edges.
persona and make it look good for TV, Diva.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
you
said it.
listen. Here's the thing, though, right? If this man was block, like in situation with Block, right? I can get, Candy saying, you know what, adopt her because he don't even want to have nothing to do with her. And he disrespects Candy too, because he want to keep bringing up how Candy knew he was with somebody when they was together. Well, you knew too, bro, and you still lay down with Candy. It
You was
takes
the
two.
married party.
It takes two. Right. So don't do that. So hey, so Debonair, don't forget she broke up with Melanie and Darren.
Melanie and Derwin, the game.
Melanie and Darren. Who's that? Did y'all
Melanie and
who?
Darwin
That's
from
T.
the game, the
That's
The
T.
show.
game.
T. That's
Game.
Tia.
Yes.
Isadora,
Who was the
the
side chick?
singer.
She
Don't
living
do
out the
okay,
game in real life.
okay. So oh my God, you said
Ooh. He said he gonna marry his boo. He said, "I
Yes,
want
he
to
did.
marry
Yes, he
you."
did. He did say
No,
that.
y'all don't know where this is coming from.
Ooh.
This is from earlier, Diva.
I know where this
I
is
know where
from.
that's from. I know where that's from. I know. I understand. I understand. Okay. So, all right. So let me tell you what I did like to get back to the reunion for 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it in these statements, right? I liked how wait, Allie, hold on, wait, Sebastian is
Again.
Allie said, hold on, wait,
Again.
Allie it says Sebastian is right. If a mother goes to jail, y'all will scream, take her kids. But
No, we
if
won't.
the
Who gonna
dad's
scream
people
that?
do the mental gymnastics for him to have rights.
Who
No,
said
Amen.
wait,
that?
hold on. Okay, so
Amen.
wait, hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Agree.
Allie, first of all, thank you for the super chat. But hold on 1 second. I think that either parent, no matter who goes to jail, either parent, they have a right still to their child. Listen,
Mhm.
what
Mm-hmm.
people got to understand is when you do a crime and you go to jail, jail is the punishment. But
Mhm.
for some reason in our society, we want to put you in jail and we want to continue to
The punishment.
punish you over and over and over again. The jail has horrific accommodations, for lack
Conditions.
of a better word. So it's like we're putting you in jail, and then we're gonna punish you by making you live in inhumane conditions and begging for bread while you in jail. And then when you come out, you got to tell everybody that you was in jail. So then nobody wants to hire you. So the punishment continues and continues and continues. And then if you had kids before you went to jail and you get out, if your kids don't speak to you, you don't get access to your kids. Oh well, too bad for you. It's not right, people. And everybody that goes to jail, it was not always because they did something so heinous that it is unforgivable, right?
He was
Some
smuggling
people,
coke.
there's different reasons why you go to jail. But Ali, thank you so much. And I feel that both parties should have right and access to their kids, unless you was a murderer, you SA somebody, you
Or the
was bad
first.
to kids, you somebody,
A drug
then that's a
dealer.
little different. We got to talk different about that. But there's other things, and let me tell you this too. And I'm against drugs, right? But there's other things too. Even some of these drug dealers, it's not all because they were so vicious and mean. Some people fell into this lifestyle because they had no one else. They had no other way. Not saying it's right, but I'm also saying they shouldn't have to be punished for the rest of their life because of that one situation.
Yeah.
Go and one more. Let me get one. Thank you for the super second True and Blue Diva. I guess that the last episode of RHOA Reunion was so boring that we're never going to finish this.
That's what it is.
No, listen. I'll get to it right now. I'll get to it right now. Listen. So wait, hold on one second. So hold on one second. The end result, all of their end comments, I loved it. Okay. Sonya, and I'm breaking it down small, said this is a group of incredible women. So she enjoyed her moment, right? And on that note, she got a little sore spot on me. I was like, all right, we could bring Sonya back. We'll bring her back. We'll give her another chance, right?
As a
So
friend of.
Drew said it was challenging and bittersweet, and she felt like, there was a sisterhood there. Now, we all know Drew is special. And again, Drew is Drew, but Drew can come back, right?
Yes, she does.
Marlo said something. She had some insight, right? She said, I need to think before I speak. That's an understatement, okay? She said, the tongue is powerful. That's another understatement, okay? And she said, she's going to think things through first before she speaks. Well, I believe it when I see it with Marlo, but you know what? Marlo could come back, okay? Kenya said, what did Kenya said? She's resilient. Kenya said she's resilient. I'm not sure what Kenya went through this year that she's so resilient, but she said in the comeback is always stronger. All right, Kenya, because you're OG, you can come back. And Kandi ended it. She says she worldwide, okay?
Yes!
And so, worldwide. And listen,
worldwide.
Okay, and this is where Todd and them got it, because Todd said everybody on that Kandi's is out. Like, what did he say about Kandi's tax bracket?
No, can't nobody even match her tax bracket. Anybody want
he said they talking about me, but nobody on this house is above Kandi's tax bracket. So Todd made a comeback with
How is that false,
one.
Sebastian? How is it false?
And I love.
They know not to bite their hand that feed.
Hold on one second. And I love the ending statements. Hold on. Daphne said, I agree here, Diva. I just got a text from Ralph and he said you would buy his book. Listen, you know what? I'm a sucker. I'm a sacrifice for y'all. I'm going to get the book. The step parenting, whatever that nonsense is. I'm going to get it. Ashley said, I'm someone whose father was in prison. That changes a child's life picnic effect. You as an adult, when you get out, I tried to him in my life, but for me, it didn't work. I'm 37 years old and he was there when you was 6. All right, Ashley, you know what? Thanks for sharing. So you were 6 when he went in and he just got out just now. So I'm going to tell y'all, because we always run late, guys. I always swear I'm going to be in and out in 60 minutes, and then y'all drag me in, right? But let me say this.
Bye, Roy.
Roy, you leave me. Bye, Roy. I love you. I see you tomorrow. Married to medicine.
We got to drag some of these anti-heavenly angels tomorrow. Royale.
Yes. Okay. So let me just say this really quick about parents and forgiveness. And all I want to say is that there's no book on parenting, right? And I don't think I think all parents there, you look back and you say, man, I wish I could have did this differently. And sometimes you just have to say to your kid, like, you know what, I'm sorry. I could have made a better decision. I didn't. But I love you. That's at the end of the day, I love you. And so, Ashley, I can't say the dynamics between you and your father. And I'm sure that is very hard because you didn't know him. 6 and I guess you said he came out when you got to tell
No.
me.
She put a comment down here.
Okay,
So
what did she say?
he said he got out when I was in middle school. So that means he never made an attempt to get to know her till she was 37. I think that's what she's meaning.
Okay, thank you, Sebastian, for clearing that up for me. There's so many, everybody's telling me to do the trending topics again. And there's so many topics. I got emails about so many topics we can do. And you know what, Ashley, my heart goes out to you. And I'm no therapist, but all I would say is see if you could try again.
Forgive
See
him.
if you can try again.
Because you don't know what his experience was in prison.
Right.
That's
and
a whole nother world.
Yeah, and he's probably embarrassed. He's probably embarrassed. It's a lot. I have family members that went to prison and some was in there a long time. And it's like when they come out, some of them, if they're in there a long time, when they come out, the world has changed. I had a cousin that went in, there was no cell phones. When he came out, there was cell phones and he had so much trouble adjusting to the way the world was now. Literally, there was no cell phones when he went in and he came out. And then, so when he went in also, there was public phones on the street where you used to have to put a quarter in and you could make phone calls, right? By the time he came out, those didn't even exist on the streets. It was like you had to have a cell phone, so to speak. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's hard. It's a lot. And this we can talk a whole lot of topics about when a parent was not in your life. So I did not grow up with my dad. I know about my dad. I didn't grow up with my dad. But those are a whole other conversation. But you know what? At some point, I was just like, because it was easier for my soul, my mind, my body, you just forgive. You just forgive and you move on. Now, I can't tell anybody what to do 100%, but I'm just saying that in all cases, with your friends, with your family, whatever, if you can forgive, choose forgiveness because it's going to do better for your soul. And just because I say choose forgiveness, that doesn't mean you have to eat and break bread with these people, but you can find a way to choose forgiveness. But I did like their closeout, and She by Shereé came out and gave that she gave that some of that
rack of garbage she brought out. And
That's
then Andy's hoodie came out, the one that he displayed the night of the closing
reunion.
of the show. I got mine. He didn't pay for it.
I don't, you know what, guys? I'm gonna come to you, Sebastian. You know what, guys? I don't like the logo. I don't like the logo. I don't really like the logo.
I think the logo is original. And I think
no, it's not. She stole it from Jeffree Star.
But
she stole it from Jeffree Star.
I'm not in love with the logo.
Why? Because She by Shereé was supposed to be elegant, classy, a dress line, and then now all we got is sweatsuits and shirts
with dick prints.
You know what I mean? It's prints. See, I think that logo started out as a tag in her clothing line, in her dresses, and she just had to stick with it.
Right. Ashley, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. You said to me, my stepdad is my father. And I know a lot of people like that. And that's a good thing. And your biological father, you don't even have to look at him as like your father or your dad, but maybe there's some way you can become like a friend. I don't know, but we'll have a whole conversation on that. So we're about to go round robin and close this thing out because I love you guys and we got to come back tomorrow with Married to Medicine. So Sebastian, what is your closeout? And I hope you get a good night's sleep. But go ahead.
She said you tired. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
What did I
Rockabye
offend
baby.
you? You were shade reading. Ooh.
Rockabye baby.
Okay. First of all, I want to say that Atlanta needs to go on a hiatus. I know that's controversial, but they need to
Agreed.
go on a hiatus. They need to go on a hiatus. You know what? They need a reboot. Not Roni. They need one. Because I'm tired of seeing these geriatric women come on this stage.
Not
have,
geriatric.
have childish fights. Especially Shereé. Shereé having all these fights with Drew got me so annoyed this season. And then Sonya and Drew, their little side fights. I'm tired of it. I really am. You know what? They need to get them on what Roni is. Oh, and speaking of Roni, Ramona Singer is going to BravoCon, guys. So this is going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen there. And the moment, keep doing what you're doing. The moment, okay? The moment is the queen of that show, and she brings it whenever she wants to. And Marlo, stop trying to be a Nene. There's only one Nene in Housewives history, and you will never be that. You're reaching very hard. You're thirsty and desperate. You need to go sit down and go to therapy with your nephews. That's what you need to do. Next season, I better see you behind in a therapist's office with your nephews.
Leslie, you know what? I forgot because I didn't even think that we were going to be this long with this reunion because the reunion wasn't much. But yes, maybe I can tag on to tomorrow with the whole Nia Long situation because that is an entanglement. It's a whole situation. A
And she's our
whole
East Coast
situation.
girl, Diva. We gotta rep her. We gotta support our
We
East
gotta
Coast.
support her.
Yes,
Best
our queen.
IDK, thank you for the super sticker. No, email Udoki Diva, no entanglements. The entanglements are gonna have to be a tomorrow. It's gonna have to be a tomorrow. Shannon, you didn't get in there much. What are your final words?
I just thought it was boring overall. I just like how they summed it at the closing because they just covered everything we talked about on the blogs. What they've read, what they've heard. They just tried to put it at rest and move on to the next season. I just hope it's a better season.
I
That's
hope
pretty
so
much it.
too. And
I had
listen,
more fun talking
I'm
about.
gonna sign up. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I had more fun talking about real life stuff that we that
I
we were
know,
talking
right?
about
Listen,
earlier.
I'm going to sign up for Twitter just so I could tweet at Andy to help him get his life together with this darn show. But anyway, Nadi, what are your final words?
You know, the reunion was boring except for the husbands. I only watched for you, Diva, because I was over it from the second episode. But I was like, I need to participate in the panel. Let me give it a chance.
Amen.
And I'm just like over Drew and her husband's fake storyline. Like, they need to continue in therapy off the show. Marlo, I think she needs to be on ice for one more season. She needs to be humble. Like it took you this long to earn the peach, and you came on here and acted a whole fool. And I'm all for Kandi and Ty. I don't care what nobody say. They are the bomb. Kandi is not boring to me. She's the shiznick, and she put a lot of people on. And she don't just keep her platform to herself. She shared with a lot of other people, even Escape when they were struggling. Okay,
Yeah,
she
she
put
did.
those
She
on his
did. She
platform.
Well,
did.
Naughty.
And
That's
that's all
because
I
the
have to
her,
say. I'm just glad the season is over. I'm glad the season is over.
but
Yeah,
not.
I'm over it too. Smoke, what's your final words?
I mean, I'll just reply real quick to Nadi's point. I mean, like, of course she's putting other people on because they're more entertaining than her. So all she
Oh
has to do,
Oh,
wow.
they
really? You
could do,
want those
they could.
shade at the end?
Yes, we are,
You
because I
was
no
my
one can
boy though.
interrupt
You
me.
was
No
my.
one can interrupt me.
Oh
But
Lord.
yes, basically, she puts people on because they can do her job for her, and she can take the credit and collect the check. So that's
Ooh.
why she does that. But yeah, this season was a snooze fest. Honestly, they should be on for a 2-year hiatus. They need to revamp this
That's like Roni.
entire group.
Amen.
All of them need to go. I'm tired of
No,
them.
not
I
all
need
of
them.
them. Not all of them.
Sebastian, you had your time to talk. I didn't interrupt. Be quiet, my beloved. Thank you.
Love you, Smoke.
But no, I know I love you too, baby. But this my time. Yeah, no, all of them need to go. I don't think they have the juice anymore in their peaches. So I think it's time
Ooh.
to pick from a
Mm.
new tree because I just
Ooh.
it's not giving. And no matter how they rearrange the dynamics, I mean, is not giving what it used to give. So honestly, I'm here for them to do a fresh restart and give us a whole new brand of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Just saying.
Respect.
Ooh,
I,
And
I
I
that's
know
agree.
it.
these
I
feedback.
mean, it was a snooze fest, so respect.
Ah, all right, guys. Listen,
man.
thank you guys for joining. I truly appreciate it. Listen, don't forget tomorrow tonight, Married to Medicine. We gotta be in the
Diva,
building.
I have a question for you.
Married to Medicine is giving us life, okay?
Everything.
Diva, I have
Giving
a
us
question for you.
everything.
They're about
So
to
all the
replace
people,
RHOA.
Diva,
They
yes,
gotta
I know,
replace
right?
RHOA.
Diva,
Listen, yes.
I know you said you didn't want to watch Dahmer with Niecy Nash. I think you should try it. It's not as gory as you think. They do a lot of behind the scenes, what we don't know. And then by the fourth episode, it turns to an African American series.
Good night.
It's
Good night,
really good.
everybody.
I think you
Good
should
night,
try
Abby.
it.
Good
You know what,
night.
Shannon? I'm on episode 4. I sleep well at night, right? I never have nightmares. I'm watching it, but it's hard for me. Usually when I watch
Yeah.
those series, it's so good I can get through them. I like bang through them because you know
This is
how it
tough.
automatically plays. It's really tough for me. And the hardest part for me, I think it was in the beginning when they sent that boy back in the house. I wanted to
Yeah.
choke those cops. I wanted to choke the cops. And especially because Niecy Nash was like, listen, he looks young. He looks like a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was proud of the guy who at the bathhouse who told that one guy, like, look, you better
Yeah.
run. And he told him, listen, you can't come to this bathhouse anymore. And I warned every bathhouse in the city for you not to come. It's just what is breaking my heart is knowing that, and I love true stories, right?
The
What is
system aided
breaking
him.
yeah. It's just breaking my heart that knowing that he chopped these people up, he ate them. These families didn't even have like a body to. It's a lot for me. And I had a nightmare. I'm up to, like I said, I don't even know if I finished through episode 4 yet, but I'm gonna get through it. I'm committed to getting through it, but it is a lot for me. It's a lot. And I had a
But true.
nightmare after episode 4 because
Ooh.
I'm feeling like I'm feeling for these people because I know for sure all of their fate, and it's just sad. And he did this to 17 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what it shows, because Sebastian's talking about black women, it just shows too how the black mothers
To
all
listen
came
to them.
together about their black gay sons, and they
Oh
fought for their
wow.
son.
Hmm.
And you'll see
Well,
more of that
amen.
going forward.
I have a
Okay.
question
So
for
it's
Diva.
so you're saying after episode 4 it's gonna get better?
Yeah, it's gonna get better. There's
Well,
some
well,
things you're
thank
not gonna
God.
like, but it's not gonna be as gruesome.
Okay, well, praise the Lord, because when he drunk the blood, I
Oh,
was
wait, don't
like,
say that. Don't tell me. I'm only episode 3. I'm only
okay,
episode
okay,
3.
okay. So I'm gonna
Oops.
shut up. I'm gonna shut up. And we may have to talk about it later. But yes, it is really it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch because it's so but I will say this, you do understand why he is the way that he is, because his mother was a piece
Hmm.
of work. His
Hmm.
mother
Oh,
was
you're
a
gonna
piece
see
of work.
something about that on the last episode. You're gonna see it's gonna get deep on the last
I
one.
have a question.
But
Okay.
Niecy
Yeah.
Nash did an awesome job. Niecy Nash did an awesome job.
She's a great actor. She's a
She
very
is
good
a great
actor.
actress because in When
She
They See
is.
Us, she was amazing in that too. And that was another one where I got through it, but it took me a minute
To recover.
because it was a lot. But go ahead, Sebastian, what was you gonna say?
Okay, I used to suffer with nightmares and night terrors as a child, but everyone's
Uh,
talking about this Dahmer thing, and I really want to watch it. Should I watch it or should I not? Because I don't want
Watch
to
it.
trigger said things again in my lifetime.
Watch it, because I mean, this version is different because it's focusing more on
Hmm.
the victims and their families and how the system did not do anything when they're
Exactly.
being warned about him.
right.
Stuff we didn't know about.
So
Yeah.
Pamela Love, Boundaries, yes, is Dahmer on Netflix. And you
Ooh,
know what? I'm gonna tell you this: the kid that they said it was a kid in the Dahmer series, right? The kid that they made go back in the house. I promise you, in my mind, I said if that was a female that came out that house naked and that was looking beat up and drunk like that, they would have never sent that female back in that house. So I
Right.
felt like the cops too were homophobic and they just
Hmm.
wanted to just remove themselves from the situation, because clearly if this man cannot even walk, he looks like he's hurt. Why are you sending this kid back in the house? And the neighbor kept saying, look at him, he looks like a kid. It's a lot, guys, but I will say, yeah, watch it.
It's also racial. It's also racial too. It's prejudice too. You'll see it. It's a lot of racial things going on too.
Okay,
yeah.
They don't treat the black.
Yeah.
Are you
Sebastian? Try it. Sebastian, try it, and we'll be here for you.
Yeah.
You said we'll be here for you. But listen, guys, thank you guys. I will talk to y'all later. I'll see y'all tomorrow for Married to Medicine. I appreciate y'all. Bye.
Bye.